surface. ABC 17 SportsZone Football Friday High School Game of the Week is presented by Harper, Evans, Wade, and Nettemeyer and made possible through a partnership between the networks of Mid-Missouri, CPS Athletics, the Columbia Area Career Center, and these fine sponsors.
Good evening and greetings from Battle High School. We're at the Battle football field where tonight the 0-3 Battle Spartans celebrate homecoming 2023 as they entertain the Hickman Kewpies, who come to Battle High School with also an 0-3 record, as the Hickman Kewpies look to beat the Battle Spartans for the first time ever here tonight. I am Tex Little. Alongside is Micah Wright. The weather is absolutely perfect here on the east side of Columbia. Currently 78 degrees, no air really stirring. It's a perfect night for high school football. And Micah Wright, something's got to give here tonight as the Kewpies and Spartans go at it. Both of these clubs looking for win number 1 here in 2023.
As you said, Tex, something's got to give, and both of these ball clubs are looking to get that first win in the win column. Two teams that are in a tough spot, and whether it be historically for Hickman these last 10 years or so, and for Battle, it's just a recent struggle as they were put in a tough spot with their coach leaving late in the offseason. Both these ball clubs are desperate for a win. It should be a hard-fought game tonight.
Both of these ball clubs looking to play better football. Both teams seem like they make one step forward and 2 steps backwards. I thought during the Jamboree to kind of kick off the season and get the football juices flowing, I thought the Hickman Kewpies looked like they were going to be an improved football team. But thus far, they come in 0-3, and they've really had some tough outings. Last week, hammered by Capital City, 57-16. And then, as you mentioned, the Battle Spartans trying to lick their wounds and get healthy with the new leadership with Matt Herman, a former assistant coach here through the glory days of the Battle Spartans, and a guy that's got a ton of energy and is very excited about his position. But the Battle Spartans haven't caught on yet as they come in again, themselves 0-3. They were blasted by Helias, a club that just keeps rolling through the CMAC.
Yeah, and that was a game that had just a lot of mental errors, a lot of just a lack of discipline for Battle on both sides of the ball. And I honestly thought their defense had some moments, but their offense just could not get anything going. Getting shut out at home is never something that you want to happen. And I really would think that this Battle team is going to come out guns a-blazing, trying to make up for that embarrassing loss at home.
And both of these football teams have struggled offensively, and that's really shocking for our Battle. The Battle Spartans, by the way, have won the coin toss but deferred, so Hickman will get the football to start this contest, as Hickman will be decked out in all white, Battle in the navy, Battle trimmed in gold, and the Kewpies with the purple and a little gold trim as well. But I think this is maybe Hickman's most legitimate shot at knocking off the Battle Spartans. They're 0-8 since Battle has come onto the scene. The Hickman Kewpies have struggled since Battle High School is open. They've had just one 4-win season since the Battle Spartans have been on the scene.
And it seems like year and year we just are hoping for Hickman to turn it around. And it really just, that first step is being competitive, which, you know, we've only seen a couple games maybe here and there the past couple years in the CMAC where they're in somewhat of a close game or they get a win against the Smith-Cotton type team. But tonight I think we're going to see a hungry Hickman team looking to just have any evidence of turning this program around.
Going deep to return the kickoff is Rodney McNeil along with Kenny Jackson, set to kick it off for the Battle Spartans is Patrick Incongoro, as he is the kicker wearing those bright pink shoes here on homecoming 2023. But a gorgeous setting. You couldn't ask for better weather, and it should be a great night here tonight. Which team takes steps forward? I think that's what it's going to come down to. Which team can be opportunistic? Which team can stay away from major mistakes?
Yep, exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself. Fundamental football is going to be the key for whoever wins this game.
As we're ready to get underway, filling in tonight is our producer-engineer, Eric Jones. I'm Tex Little. Alongside again is Micah Wright. We thank Bo Beeman filling in last week for the injured, as we're set to roll on here tonight, as the Spartans will be kicking from the left to the right. on this artificial surface field. In Congoro kicks it end over end and short, and it's fielded by McNeil down the far sideline, out to the 25, and tripped up at about the 32-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hickman Koopies, who are expected to be led by their quarterback, the junior Carter Holliday. Holliday, 6'4", 175-pounder, and on the season, 28 of 58 for 466 yards passing. I think his feet are probably as big a weapon as his arm. He's ran for 86 yards on 30 rushes. And back in that backfield is Zach Wright, who had been sidelined with an injury of his own. It looks like Wright now is going to split off to the slot. And lining up in the backfield will be Kenyon Collins. Receiver wide to the right. Battle with 3 down linemen. And Carter Holliday at the controls. And Wright goes in motion. And the handoff goes to the fullback. And up the middle is Collins. And Collins runs an interference at the line of scrimmage and brought down by the Battle Spartans defense as Darian Nichols, out of his safety spot, finished him off. But a gain on the play of 2.5 yards. And Hickman really wants to run the ball if they can. And they again go to the back, and driving forward for the Koopies is Collins for another short gain, and it's going to be 3rd and intermediate for the Koopies. The big tight end, Brock Camp, lines up on a wing to the left. Back to throw. Holliday flushed out of the pocket. He'll tuck it and keep up the middle of the field to the 40, 45, 50, and brought down at about the 46-yard line of the Battle Spartans. And I see no flags down on the field, Michael. What a read by Holliday.
Great read by Holliday, noticing the pressure as soon as it comes, steps up for a nice solid gain of about 14 yards there.
As the Koopies pick up a big 3rd down conversion, an area they've struggled this year, converting only 29% of the time. Wright in motion. Wright gets the handoff and trying to find room around the outside, is drugged down by the horse collar, and a flag flies. The tackle made out on the perimeter, I believe, by Michael Pointer. And a penalty on the play. It was going to go for a loss. So our referee, John Bishop, has got the call. Terry Whitney is the umpire. Will Grebel is the head linesman. Zach Keene is the line judge. And the back judge is Adam Hans. So they'll officiate this game tonight between Battle and Hickman. It is a horse collar penalty against the Battle Spartans, and that'll go down as a personal foul. And boy, they had Wright hemmed up in that backfield, and that is a costly, costly penalty.
Very costly. As
personal foul, horse collar on the defense, 15-yard penalty, repeat 1st down.
As it was great pursuit by that Battle defense, and instead of having a 2nd and long, you give up 15 yards in field position.
Well, now there's some confusion with the change, but that's an automatic 1st down on a personal foul, right?
Yep.
I'm not quite sure what they're doing with the chains here. But anyhow, they'll get it sorted out. We'll look at that offensive front for the Koopies. Jaden Woods is the left tackle. Simon Hammer is the left guard. Cooper Brashears is the center tonight for the Coops. Kellen Moore is the right guard, and Jarvis Minnis is the right tackle. Holliday hands it off. Coming near side is, well, I guess it was Holliday keeping on the fake handoff, and he goes forward for a short gain, and the chains are still. Maybe they just needed the yard for a 1st down, didn't get 1st down yardage on that.
Yeah, Texas, since it was a spot foul and it was a tackle for loss, I guess it was just a yard shy of a 1st, so he picked it up there.
Collins again gets the call coming around the left end and forced out of bounds. And he was struck down by Cliff Burgos, who has 2 tackles on the year and a couple pass breakups. Koopies have yet to even hint at throwing the football. As they send a receiver and Lucas Murray wide to the near side. Back to throw, pass completed in the flat to Henkins. Henkins has 1st down yardage and then turned back downfield. But Holiday, 1 for 1 in the passing department. He picks up a first down, and that was a conversion on second down, and the Cupies are on the march.
And I really like the hurry-up offense that we're seeing from Hickman as Holiday in a rhythm there. I think catching the battle defense off guard a little bit with the pace.
Receiver wide right, and a timeout called. An official timeout wants to get the down box right. It has third down. It's the chain gang lagging here just a little bit. This hurry-up offense has them off their game. Now we're ready to roll. Hickman deep in battle territory. First possession of the game. Right in motion. A bad snap. Loose on the deck. Covered up by Carter Holiday, the junior. And there's the first misfire really tonight for the Cupies in this first possession of the evening.
A loss of 6 there on first down. You'd rather it be on first down than any other down, but just another negative play. Really the first negative play we've seen from Hickman, but those are the types of things that you can't have if you want to win this game.
Hinkins in a slot to the right along with Zach Wright. Kenyon Collins lines up in the pistol behind Holiday. Holiday takes a snap, rolling right, fires, got a man, and that's Hennigan. He hauls it in inside the 15 and tackled at the 10-yard line. Finn Henkins, a 5'10", 165-pound junior, came in with 2 catches, or rather 1 catch on the year. He's got 2 already tonight. The junior has the Cupies at the 10-yard line.
And again with the hurry up, they're going to snap this right now.
And the handoff goes to Collins. Collins lowers his head and drives forward to about the 7-yard line. I like the play call, and as Hickman has had battle off balance here in this first possession of the game.
Really establishing what they're going to do, mostly running the ball, but then catching them off guard. That previous play with the rollout, and then they just go with Collins up the middle again.
It's 2nd and goal to go now from the 9. Another bad snap. Holiday gets it under control. He's in trouble, and he's brought down for a big loss. And crashing through for the Battle Spartans to make that tackle was Jeremy Dudley, who got through to make the stop.
They're going to have to clean that up in that exchange as the center, Cooper Brashears, the pair of bad snaps, and quite possibly could hurt this drive in terms of not getting any points.
3rd and goal now from just, well, at the 20-yard line. Battle shows blitz. Holiday in trouble. Heavy pursuit, flushed out of the pocket, and he is drug out of bounds again by the jersey. I don't see any penalty markers down. They're catching him high, and it's going to be 4th down for the Cupies. And after getting the ball down to the 10-yard line, they've gone backwards.
Yeah, and
2 consecutive plays.
And I think they're just going to go for this kind of in, well, now maybe see a field goal attempt.
Well, the Cupies have the services of Carson Shuttlesworth tonight. He had not been doing the kicking for the Cupies. And he's also known as their punter here coming into this game. Is he going to punt? There's some confusion now on that Hickman sideline. They need a holder. And on now to do the holding is the holder for the Cupies and Brady Wilburn. This will be a 45-yard attempt. Snaps down, the kick's up. The kick is end over end, and it is short.
Short, yep.
As Shuttlesworth was asked to boot 145 yards and not far. With 7:48 to play, we've got a timeout. We're back with more high school football on our KZOU Game of the Week in a moment.
What if you could graduate without student loan debt? What if you could have the college experience close to home? What if you could have hands-on training from highly skilled faculty? What if you could become the person you were meant to be? What if MACC was the college for you? Second 8-week classes starting October 16th. Wintermester starting December 18th through January 12th. Enroll today.
Are you looking for an exciting career? If so, then we're looking for you. Hitachi Energy is hiring full-time hourly team members at our Jeff City location with an average starting rate of $23 to $27 per hour. Full-time hires are eligible for benefits starting day one. An exciting career is waiting for you, so don't wait. Apply online today at hitachienergy.com/career.
With fall inventory on the way, Machins savings are here to stay. Shop over 1,000 vehicles at any of the Joe Machins family of dealerships today during our fall sell-all sales event. Over 13 brands and 10 dealerships gives you the best selection, and our volume advantage saves you even more. Cars, trucks, SUVs, CUVs, even hybrid and fully electric. If you're in the market, Machins has it, and we have it for less. Visit the Joe Machins family of dealerships today or click Machins.com. Joe Machins Automotive Group, part of the McClarty Automotive Group family.
7 minutes, 48 seconds to play. Opening quarter here at Battle. No score between the Spartans and the Cupies. Hickman drove the ball to the 10-yard line, and the drive stalled. Give credit to the Battle defense as Alex Fernandez brings out the Spartans offense. And Fernandez will keep it on first down. Rushes up the middle across the 25 to the 26, maybe 27-yard line. Alex Fernandez, 36 of 72 on the year for 413 yards. He's ran the ball now 16 times for about 28 yards. A gain on that last play of 6. Trips to the right. The cadence of Fernandez trying to pull Hickman offside.
And he wanted it, he pointed it, and nobody moved up front. They would have drawn that penalty.
Mislin is the center for the Spartans. Snap back and keep it, and up the middle, and they blow it dead. This might be a procedure penalty.
And I saw the nose tackle jump for Hickman, but I think he was
offside, apparently.
I believe that was Levi Harrell, perhaps, that just got there a touch early.
Dead ball. Encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty makes it a first down.
Ace Herman is the left tackle, Brandon Cook the left guard, Ben Hickey the right guard, and Wyatt Belcher Key the right tackle for the Spartans. They have a wing to the right, twin receivers to the right, as Alex Fernandez, the 6'2", 190-pound senior, now checks the sideline for an audible. He'll whip it out in a flat. It goes incomplete. I think they're going to rule out a forward pass. The intended receiver was DeQual Wright, a 5'10", 150-pound senior who I really feel like Battles needs to get the ball in his hands a little more often.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago had a pair of touchdown catches. Really good at getting those contested catches. And that play, it was probably better he didn't catch the ball because he would have been met behind the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10 from the 32. As Fernandez hands this one off to Chris Brown around the left end, and there goes Brown, far sideline, to the 40, to the 30. One man to beat, to the 15, and wrestled out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. What a run by Brown around the left end. 63-yard run by Brown. And that is what Hickman has been victimized by all season long. Brown came in as the running back last week, used as a wildcat at a few downs, and it's 1st and goal to go for the Spartans at the 5.
And they had him at the point of attack, just could not tackle, as Bussy, the D-end, was there, number 93, and nobody else fit on the outside after the point of attack.
Man in motion, and they give the ball to Brown going left. Brown stood up at the line of scrimmage. He might have lost a yard. Chris Brown, 6'1", 215-pound junior, carried the ball, well, actually caught it 4 times last week for 40 yards. This was his first rush of the year moments ago. And it's 2nd and goal to go from outside the 5-yard line for the Spartans. At Hickman front, Andreas Sharp and Levi Harrell, along with Devontae Bussy and Aiden Smith, have to hold their ground. Fernandez puts a man in motion. in Jackman, and a handoff to Brown, and he follows Jackman in for the touchdown, a 6-yard run. 6-yard run by Chris Brown for the first score of the game, and it was that big run of 63 yards that set it up. And the Battle Spartans draw first blood, going up 6-0, the first touchdown in a couple weeks. And it didn't take him long. Now the point after attempt by Nkongora. It kicks away, and it is good. As Nkongora drives it through, and the Battle Spartans have a 7-0 lead here on their home turf.
On the go? Stay in the know with the ABC 17 News app.
It's your first alert to breaking news, weather, and traffic impacts. Instant access to live video on the scene with updates in real time.
I'm gonna go ahead and step out of frame so you guys can see what we're seeing right now.
So no matter where you are, you'll always know the big stories happening right now.
Download the ABC 17 News app from the App Store or Google Play today. ABC 17 News. Get the app, get the alert.
7-0, the Battle Spartans. They put together an 80-yard drive, took them just 6 plays, 2 minutes and 17 seconds, scoring on a 6-yard run by Chris Brown. And then Nkongoro with the extra point, and Battle scores with 5:31 to play in the first quarter. But the 63-yard run by Brown was the big play in the drive.
Quite the momentum shift.
What a swing. What a swing.
Hickman marching the ball down the field, then a couple bad snaps and tackles for losses, negative plays hurt them, missed field goal, and then Battle all of a sudden in 2 minutes takes a 7-0 lead.
Here is Nkongoro's low end over end kick, and it's fielded by McNeil, far sideline. McNeil out to the 20, fights his way out to about the 24-yard line before he's upended. And coming through for the Spartans to make that special teams tackle is Zanell Vaughn. Give him credit for the stop, and Hickman will open up this drive at the 24. Well, you go into a game like this and you think, will it be a defensive showdown or is it going to be a shootout? You really don't know. You just can't predict, can you?
But a great start for both offenses. So perhaps we're in tune for a
handoff goes to Collins around the right end. He picks up 6 yards before he's knocked off his feet. And up to make the stop for the Spartans was Deontay Nelson, who had 4 tackles coming in. But a penalty is going to call this one back, I believe.
Yeah, they're going to get a hold up front.
Hickman, penalties. It's been one of their MOs, a negative MO in the last 7, 8, 9 years. That cost them dearly. They're averaging 63 yards in penalties a night.
10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay first down.
So instead of looking at 2nd down and 5, they're looking at 1st down and about 17. Holiday drops back, steps forward, is hit, breaks a tackle, circles around the right end, out to the 25 and forced out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. Nice recovery by Carter Holiday.
Yeah, great escapability there. Somehow able to get positive yardage and gets a 10-yard run to make that penalty hurt a little less.
Actually, it's 2nd down and a short 7. I thought they had Holiday hemmed up, and he got loose. Henkin splits wide to the left. In the slot to the left is Zappian. Holiday hands it off, and trouble trouble for the Cupies in that backfield. As nowhere to run for Zach Wright. Boy, they are keying on Zach Wright, aren't they?
Great pursuit by both the D-line and linebackers to stop Wright in his tracks. And now it sets up a 3rd and long. So you get the Holiday run to kind of negate the penalty, but then that play sets you up in a worse position. 3rd and about 11 here.
Wright lines up to the left to Holiday. And an official's timeout here. I think they're going to respot the ball. The umpire, Terry Whitney, gets his paw on it and puts it in the right spot. 3rd and 10. Holiday wants to throw. Over the middle, screen pass, caught by Wright. Wright's got first down yardage out to the 40, to the 43-yard line. Zach Wright out of the backfield caught a middle screen for a gain of 18 and a Hickman first down. Thought there might have been a hold there that the Cubs got away with.
Battle coaches next to us were calling for it. Maybe just enough of a tug that could have been called, but a great play call on 3rd and long to set up the screen and open up a large gain that sets them close to midfield.
Spartans bring in 5. Holiday flushed out of the pocket, looking for room. Holiday now reverses field. He's going to throw it away. Probably a wise decision by the junior quarterback who has had a ton of experience. They had Holiday all hemmed up. There had to be somebody open. He couldn't find him.
Yeah, he's had to run around quite a bit, and I think they missed another holding call there, I believe on the right guard. Kellen Moore perhaps was the one who could have been flagged on that play, but great job by Holiday just to get rid of the football.
Well, an eligible man downfield. So that's going to cost the Cupies 5 yards.
Illegal man downfield on the offense. Replay 2nd down.
It'll be 2nd and 15. Trips to the left now for the Cupies. Lucas Murray, part of that threesome, along with Henkins and Zapian. Tied into the right, and Camp, who we haven't heard from yet. Holiday wants to throw, swings it in the flat. With it there, Wright makes a man miss. Right to the near sideline. Forced out of bounds. And a late hit. As he was forced out at about midfield, a late hit's going to make it a first down for Hickman. Flag came out after the tackle made, about 5 yards out of play. Out of bounds. Nice move by Zach Wright in the open field to avoid being hit for loss. It's a personal foul. 7-0 Battle leads. We're in the first quarter. 3:40 to
After
play.
the play, personal foul on the defense. 15-yard penalty makes it a first down.
And Hickman again deep in Battle territory. Last year, the Battle Spartans went 3-8. The Hickman Cupies 2-8. Back to throw Holiday. Throws over the middle to the big tight end, Kemp. He hauls it in at the 13-yard line for a Hickman first down. Kemp got position on the D-back, Simon Ojo, for a 22-yard gain. And it's 1st and 10 from the magical 13. Here comes the blitz. Holiday steps forward. Holiday drives down to about the 12. He felt the heat, didn't he?
Yeah, he's been pressured a bit now. Late flag. Some John going on.
Well,
I think it's on Battle.
The emotions have to be kept in check. Anytime you're in a rivalry game like this, especially games played on emotion like football, that's one of the toughest things to discipline. Here's the call. Unsportsmanlike conduct by the Spartans. And they're getting hammered by the flag. Boy, over the years, Battle's just dominated this series. they've outscored Hickman by an ungodly amount of differential. I mean, it's been just flat.
After the play,
Ugly.
personal foul on the defense. Half the distance to the goal, second down.
That one didn't cost the Spartans as much as it would have in the open field. 2nd and 4 for the first down. Hickman has it at the 6. Carter Holiday keeps it, cuts upfield, inside the 5, down to about the 1, and he's got a 1st and goal to go for the Cupies. Good read on the option.
Yeah, great read. He had right there as the pitch choice, and that gets enough for the first down, so they'll have 1st and goal from the 1.
Cupies trying to battle back here. Wright gets the call, drops the head, drives forward. Wright then thrown backwards. If anything, he lost a yard. In Hickman's first possession of the game, if you recall, they got it down to the 10 and then backed up.
Yeah, just got to finish this drive off. Such a great drive. Been gifted by a couple battle penalties, but I thought they've had some great play calling here. Got to finish this off with a touchdown.
I think so. Mentally, I think it's just vital for Columbia Hickman. 2nd and goal from about the 2.5. Pass play over the middle. Intercepted after it was knocked in the air. Picked out of there by Samson Ojo. Ojo with the interception in the end zone, and the drive comes to a halt for the Hickman Cupies.
Right as we're saying, finish the drive. Worst case scenario, interception by Holiday, tip ball. Now there is a flag which has to be after the play. Now maybe they just pick it up. Maybe another unsportsmanlike, but this time on Hickman. But I think they picked that one up. Maybe wasn't supposed to be out there, but that is just a awful finish to a great drive, and that's 2 great drives to start this game. Nothing to show for it. Got to be so deflating if you're the Cupies.
Carter Holiday tried to ram that thing in. And I'm not quite sure who his target was on that slant, but it was poked away. It might have been Nelson that got a hand in there to break it up.
And it was a great play by Nelson.
And then Ojo happened to be in the right spot at the right time to pick it out of the air. And the Battle Spartans dodged a bullet again.
That was the first incompletion of the game, so Holiday started sharp, 5 for 5, but costly interception.
In motion is Wright, and up the middle for the Spartans is Keon Marshall. He's got first down yardage as he's decked at about the 35-yard line. A 16-yard gain, and there's a Spartan down on the field. Marshall exploded like coming out of a cannon out of that backfield on his first carry.
And I was really impressed with Keon Marshall last week against Elias. The offense got shut up, but he was a bright spot, really ran hard. First carry of the night, goes for 16 as they're attending to the Battle Spartan.
Yeah, the training staff is out there checking on the injured Spartan. It's tough to get a number on, but it looks like it could be something involving the left leg as they are taking a good look. And the trainer for the Spartans is Clay Galloway, and he's getting some professional help, it looks like, as well. So up on his feet, that's a good sign, and coming out of there for the Battle Spartans is the injured Spartan, and as you can see, that is the center, Nathan Mislin. He comes off on his own power. That's a good sign.
Yeah, always good to see when they are able to come up on their own power there. But if you're Hickman on this quick turnaround, your offense left you out to dry there as you should have had 7 points. Now if you're the defense, kind of that sudden change scenario, got to get the momentum back with the stop.
Yeah, you're right. You know, the Cupies already given up 50 points on the year, are averaging, they've given up 136 points on the season, given up 43 points a night. Stacked to the right, stacked to the left. Fernandez ready to make the call for the snap and a delay a game against the Spartans. Man,
Delay a game on the offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
That's John Bishop. You know, we talked about it. 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
Yep. Already 4 penalties for 42 yards from Battle in this first quarter. Undisciplined from both sides.
4-man front, and pass is thrown into the flat, hauled in there by DeQual Wright. Wright dodges one tackler and another, but then brought down a short gain. And I say that, a gain of about 3.5. Spartans lead it 7-0, only a minute 35 to play in this opening quarter. To Darian McBride, splits wide for the Spartans, right in the slot. Receiver wide to the far side, and Devin Harris, wing right. And the handoff goes to Marshall, and he's dropped in the backfield for a loss of a yard or two. Hickman got good penetration. Was that Kenyon Collins coming crashing through there? It's going to be 3rd down and about 13. This is really the first time the Spartans have been behind the sticks. Big 3rd down conversion for Battle. Fernandez drops back, has time, throws in the flat. It's caught in the flat, but not enough yardage netted. And the Spartans are going to have to punt. Nice open field tackle by Owen Akers. 5'7", 165-pound corner for Hickman. And it's 4th down.
Great response by the Hickman defense. After your offense could not finish the drive and giving up the long run the first drive and then eventually the touchdown, but coming back out, getting a stop to kind of settle into this game and force a punt.
Rodney McNeil drops deep. Limping off the field is Nathan Mislin is the deep snapper. This is going to get interesting, as the Spartans are going to have to jump deeper into their depth chart. Miguel Flores will be doing the snapping. And in to do the punting is Vernell Holt. As McNeil anticipates the punt. Short snap, light pressure. Holt gets a good punt off. And the Cupies step away from it, as McNeil will let it roll all the way down inside the 15-yard line. I don't understand that.
You cannot let that ball roll.
So Hickman's got a lot of ground to cover as the Cupies take over the football after forcing the Spartans to punt with just 22 seconds to play in the first quarter.
And that goes down as a 48-yard punt with the roll. So it may not have looked pretty for Holt, but a mistake by McNeil to let that roll sets up the Hickman offense in a tough spot.
Sure appeared that he had a chance to float underneath that and make that catch, but he had a different angle than we did. So Holiday brings out the offense and see if they can't march it down the field one more time. Slot to the left. Holiday takes the snap, throws over the middle to Kemp. He's got it. Kemp hauls it in at the 36-yard line and brought down at about the 37. They got a mismatch there. Brock Kemp hauled it in for 22 yards. He came into the game with 10 catches. He's got 2 already tonight, and he's pushing 40 yards in receptions this evening.
Both catches for 22 yards as the talented tight end, definitely a size mismatch.
Now the option play, pitch goes to right, trying to get outside, and he's forced out of bounds near the line of scrimmage, just a short gain. That'll be the final play of the first quarter. We have played one here at Battle High School, and the Battle Spartans lead the Hickman Cupies 7-0. We're back with quarter number 2 in a moment. This is the KZOU Friday night game of the week.
I was in a motorcycle accident and lost my left leg, and Harper, Evans, Wade, Nedemeyer was able to get me a settlement and help me take care of medical bills.
We understand that when somebody's seriously hurt in an accident, they needed time to recover physically and emotionally, and we want to make that as easy for them as possible.
What they did allowed me to be able to focus on myself and my health and getting back to where I need to be.
Do you suffer from chronic pancreatitis? Then MCU is for you. Members experience benefits like saving more money with lower interest rates, an increased ability to get a great auto loan, and a home equity line of credit. MCU is not for everyone. Do not use if you're allergic to a fattening wallet, benefiting from profits, or being treated like a person, not a number. Continuous use of MCU may lead to higher levels of spending. Power? Cut. Breaking the fourth wall. Isn't that a little on the nose?
Let's go again. Reset.
Who writes this stuff?
Missouri Credit Union. From the pig, for the people.
What if you could graduate without student loan debt? What if you could have the college experience close to home? What if you could have hands-on training from highly skilled faculty? What if you could become the person you were meant to be? What if MACC was the college for you? Second 8-week classes starting October 16th. Wintermester starting December 18th through January 12th. Enroll today.
Jim Butler's CDJR is bringing you the showdown you've been waiting for. Jeep versus Ram. Will it be a Jeep thing that takes you to the top? Or will you be grabbing life by the horns? Jeep versus Ram. Only Jim Butler gives you the new selection, the savings, and the buying power to choose your side once and for all. Don't miss a second of the action in Lynn, Centralia, or at cdjrpowerhouse.com during Jeep Adventure Days.
Columbia battles 7. Columbia Hickman nothing. We go into the second quarter. Carter Holliday for the Cupies takes the snap, rolling right. He's got heavy pursuit. Holliday trying to get to the edge. Fires in the flat. It's incomplete. And a penalty marker down as one of the Spartans was complaining that he was being held, and I think they saw it that way. It is holding against Hickman. I mentioned the fact that Battle has dominated this series 8-0. Battle has outscored Hickman coming into tonight 367.
On the offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Still first down.
Get a load of this, Micah. Battle coming into this game has outscored Hickman 367 to 128 in 8 games.
Not good.
They've outscored them tonight 7-0 after one quarter.
That adds up, I think, to about 30 points margin a game. Something close to that, which...
Average score 46 to 16.
Yeah. Ooh. Not good.
Right at 30. You're as good as Greg Wren on those numbers.
Lucky guess. And I've been fortunate to watch some of those games, so about a ballpark guess.
I think I've seen them all.
Yeah.
Second down and about 18. Cupies have dug themselves a hole here, trailing 7-0, and now behind the downs. Oh, and the Battle Spartans just helped them out.
Man.
As Chris Brown got entered. Was that Brown or was that Jackman? He was early to the party.
I think it was Jackman.
Jackman's back to his number 0 tonight, 6'2", 225-pound senior. Young man has drawn the attention of a lot of next-level scouts. You know, he's been a 4-year player in this Battle program.
Yeah, been the leader of that defense.
Well, 4 years and 3 different coaches. Does that sound about right? Encroachment, offsides, call it what you want. That'll help the Hickman cause.
Dead ball, encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Finn Henkins wide to the near side for Hickman. Right in the backfield with Holliday. 4-man rush. Holliday Flips it out in a flat, and the intended receiver is tripped up. The intended receiver for the Cupies was Tion Milo. And I think this penalty's got a hold.
I think it's pass interference on, I believe it was Jaden Donnelly, who appeared he may have shoved Milo, and Milo was slowing down. So I think it was more of a result of Milo stopping in his tracks, and then you're just in a tough spot. Not much to do there if you're Donnelly, but that's yet another costly penalty, gifting away a first down for Hickman.
It really is. They had the Cupies on their heels, and got to have eyes open all the time, don't you, when you're chasing somebody down in that secondary? So Hickman has it now at the 48-yard line, and that is a
Pass
gift.
Interference on the defense, 15-yard penalty, makes it a first down.
7-0 Battle leads. Hickman started this drive at their own 14-yard line. Slot right. Lucas Murray wide to the left. Tight ends to the right and left. Keeping it as Holiday going left, and Holiday scampers for 4 yards behind the blocking of Milo, who was a man in motion. Tion Milo, a 5'9", 175-pound senior, he's been in the midst of this Hickman action over the years. Came in with 6 catches for 247 yards. That's a lot of yardage.
Yeah. I'll show off my mental math again, over 40 yards a catch.
Holiday flips this one in the flat, and it's incomplete. It might have been tipped.
It was.
Intended for Murray on the far sideline.
Yeah, it was Bryce Drew that got a hand on that. Otherwise, it would have been a completion. And now it sets up a 3rd and 6 as opposed to what would have been 3rd and a couple.
It's a big, big 3rd down play for both of these teams. We're a minute deep into the second quarter. Henkins wide right. Wright goes in motion, and a sideline pass to Murray, and it's snuffed out by the Spartans. They were ready and waiting over to make the stop. I believe it was Burgos, or was that Bryce Drew as well?
It was Bryce Drew. Back-to-back great plays by Bryce Drew.
Drew, 5'8", 155-pound junior. And now Hickman's got a punt. And who will punt for the Cupies? We'll look for Shuttlesworth to do the punting. And the Spartans send one man back midfield, 4th down and about 11. Here is an end-over-end kick. Fair catch way far, and then stepping away from it. So the ball is, I think, touched. But the return man back was Simon Gould. And it'll be battle football at about the 20-yard line. 33-yard punt. Kind of what you expected coming into this, Micah?
Yeah, a little sloppy and some bad penalties, which I honestly did expect that a little bit, given that both these teams are 0-3 and kind of just finding their way. But really, I think both offenses have played well, which I did expect, and I thought we'd have maybe a little higher scoring by now. But then again, Hickman left some points on the board.
Yeah, they've been in the red zone twice with nothing. Battle lines up with a wing left. Alex Fernandez at the control, swings it in the flat. It's caught by Wright. Wright breaks a tackle, but not the second one. DeQual Wright with that catch. We've got all kinds of Wrights and all types of Browns in this game.
Yep.
Pick up about 5 yards for the Spartans. Battle trying to gain a little momentum offensively. Twin receivers to the left for the Spartans, twin to the right. Spartans under the leadership of Matt Herman in his first year, the former Hickman Cupid. And keeping the ball is Fernandez, and down he goes. Coming through for the Cupies was Aiden Smith to make initial contact, then he got some help.
Yeah, great play by Smith, and really appeared Fernandez was loose with that football as he was going down. That could have easily gotten knocked out of his hands.
You know, Matt Herman was an assistant coach out in Hawaii for a couple years before returning to the continental United States. But he served under Conyers as the offensive coordinator for a number of years. Was a quarterback at Hickman, played at Culver Stockton, and then finished up his education at Missouri. Battle Spartans will use a timeout. We'll take one with them. 7-0, Battle leads Hickman.
Public schools are on a mission, a never-ending quest to be the best school district in the state, and they're well on the way. With the help and support of their generous marketing partners, CPS has contributed over $1.8 million to Missouri State High School Activities Association programs. So how has it paid off? Nearly 40% of the student body in secondary school participate in athletics and activities, and you can be part of the mission too. Visit these websites today for all the details on how you can help CPS and get involved today.
Thus far, a defensive battle between Columbia Hickman and the Battle Spartans. I'm Tex Little, Micah Wright, double duty tonight, helping out here with the stats as well, the absence of Greg Wren. Eric Jones, our engineer producer. Takes a whole crew. John Hoke out with illness. Cooper Bryan is our director. And our camera personnel, Mason Graham, Eliza Collier, and Jacob Atham. Curtis Barnes, the general manager of this operation. 3rd down and 10. Slot left, slot right. Fernandez throws it in the flat. It's incomplete. The ball right was the target. And the Spartans are going to have to punt. Hickman should get decent field position here.
Yeah, another great stop by the Hickman defense. And even if that pass was complete, Wright would have been met in his tracks, short of the 1st down. And now a chance for Hickman's offense to get back on the field and make up for some of their mistakes, as Hickman defense has done their part here tonight.
McNeil goes deep. Holt set to punt once again. District Athletic Directors David Egan, the Director of Marketing Sheila Kosler, and Joe Whitman from the Columbia Career Center. As McNeil boots this one, it's loose on the deck. They scramble, and I think this, well, we'll wait and see. McNeil had to field a short hop, fumbled it, came back to try to get on top of it, and I think it was finally covered up. Getting down there for the Cupies to save the day for Hickman was Tion Milo.
And it was a low lining punt, or low driving punt, I should say. Dangerous attempt to return that one, and almost a costly mistake. Is some trouble in the punt return game early for Hickman.
But they dodged a bullet and get the ball at midfield at the 49 of the Spartans. 1st and 10, Hickman down 7-0. I'd like to also thank the Battle Athletic Director, Sammy Simmons, his assistants. Man in motion, and straight handoff to Wright. This is Zach Wright up the middle for a gain of 2. I think if you're Hickman here, you got to put your frustrations aside and try to find some consistency again with your offense and be patient.
Yeah, be patient, and really don't need to change much. Play calling's been fine so far.
Well, they go back to right, and Zach weaves his way down to the 46-yard line for a gain of 3 more. And it's going to be 3rd down and about, call it 5. Zach Wright's been nursing a tender shoulder. Now we got a timeout on the field.
Timeout, Hickman. Their first timeout of the half.
With 7:51 to play, Hickman trails Battle 7-0.
On the go, stay in the know with the ABC 17 News app.
It's your first alert to breaking news, weather, and traffic impacts. Instant access to live video on the scene with updates in real time.
I'm going to go ahead and step out of frame so you guys can see what we're seeing right now.
So no matter where you are, you'll always know the big stories happening right now.
Download the ABC 17 News app from the App Store or Google Play today. ABC 17 News. Get the app, get the alert.
Back here at Battle High School, where the Spartans lead 7-0, Cupies have a 3rd and 6 upcoming. And so far, Tex, some points left on the board by Hickman, and their defense has kept it close here in the early going. 7:51 left in the second.
Who's going to step forward from here? I think that's the question, right?
Yeah.
That's why we paid big money to be here.
And who's going to not make, or who's going to make less mistakes, as both teams have had a lot of penalties, and Hickman with the turnover early, so it's just about which offense is going to settle in this game.
Holiday rolls to his left, has time, throws across the field, and that ball's batted in the air and intercepted. Picked out of there by Ojo for his 2nd pick of the night. Back to the 40, to the 50, to the 40. He's got blockers in front of him, and finally brought down at about the 24-yard line. There was early contact in that secondary.
There was, and I would not have been surprised to see a flag. Has got there, I thought, a touch early, but it's still a bang-bang play. Nevertheless, another mistake from Hickman. 2nd interception of the game, and it's a costly one with the long return to set up the Battle Spartans at the Hickman 25-yard line.
Big return on that interception by Ojo, who's having a night. You know, coming into this game, my numbers are right. Battle had not had an interception on the year. I don't think Hickman has picked off a pass either. And Battle's picked off 2 deflected passes tonight. And the Spartans are in the driver's seat, leading 7-0, working from the Hickman 25-yard line. And the handoff goes to Brown, and he's brought down by Aiden Smith in that backfield. As Smith made the stop, and he might have taken a heel of a cleat maybe to the face after making that stop. He grabbed his nose.
And he's had a couple tackles for loss early. Really been impressed with this Hickman defense. A lot of forced negative plays, a lot of tackles for losses. Battle offensive line struggling in the early going.
Fernandez wants to run up the middle. He's got a little bit of room. The linebackers come back home, and Fernandez scrambles for about a 7-yard gain, maybe 8. And it'll be 3rd down, intermediate for our Battle.
And I like that play from Fernandez to cut the chains in half, had the 2nd and long, and you're thinking about setting up a 3rd and short, which is exactly what he did there.
3rd and 7. Well, did the Cupies not jump off?
No.
Apparently not. Now a late flag
No.
comes out as Terry Whitney, the umpire, throws the flag.
Quite a late flag.
And they're going to call Battle for drawing the Cupies offside.
Yeah, and it's because they did not move initially.
Yeah, illegal procedure.
Yeah, Hickman jumped off sides, but none of the linemen moved. All it takes is a lineman or even a receiver to move as a result of Hickman jumping off sides, but they
Illegal
moved.
procedure on the offense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
The Battle moved too late, and it ended up being a penalty on themselves. 7th penalty already for Battle.
3rd and 12. Fernandez looking to his left, throws it, and it's intercepted at the goal line, and then it's knocked incomplete.
Now
Well, they're ruling it an interception, yes. It was picked out of there by Rodney McNeil. McNeil intercepted it. And the Cupies get it on the turnover. Boy, I don't know where Fernandez was really trying to go with that football.
Yeah.
So the Battle Spartans return the favor. As the senior Fernandez fires the pick. That's his 8th interception of the year.
Just trying to force a throw.
I think he was anticipating the route. We'll take a quick break. No, we'll keep it right here. Let's keep it right here.
Matt Herman's trying to get an explanation. I think he wanted a safety because the interception at the 1, but I believe the rule is that you get to collect it and take a couple steps. So that's why Hickman gets it at the 20-yard line.
So Hickman gets their first interception. And the pass to far flat, incomplete. Intended for Lucas Murray. I thought there was motion on the Hickman line before that ball was snapped. 6:01 to play in the second. 7-0 battle.
Yeah, both these offenses are really struggling. Just Hickman, we saw getting a rhythm their first 2 drives, but the interceptions have really cost this offense.
High snap. This is the freshman quarterback right now, Bursey. He swings it out in a flat, completes the pass to Milo, and Milo busts his way upfield for a first down, tackled at the 35. Milo is 5'9", 175 pounds. He hauled that pass in from the freshman quarterback, Brayton Bursey, a 5'9", 165-pound freshman. Who says Littleman can't play this game? Bursey now is 10 of 20 for about 207 yards on the year. 1st and 10. Bursey drops back. Fires it in the flat, intended for Kemp, and Kemp gave up on it and was almost picked off by Ojo, who has got a nose for the ball tonight.
And Tex, I'm gotta admit, I'm a little surprised they took Holiday out, which, I mean, the early interceptions came on tip passes, not entirely his fault.
And now a fumble on the exchange on the mesh of the running back and quarterback, and Hickman covers it up, and the freshman was trying to give it to Zach Wright. Timing was not perfect. Yeah, you know, I don't think you can hold Carter Holiday responsible, but trying to get something to go.
Yeah, still no points on the board, whether it's his fault or not. Just looking for a spark, and they really like what they have in this young freshman quarterback.
Milo in the slot, back to throw Bursey, flushed out of the pocket, breaks a tackle, still on his feet, breaks another tackle, still on his feet, and gets it out to about the 37-yard line before the posse catches up with him. But a gain of about 4. And they had Bursey around the shoulders a couple times. But Brayton Bursey is a peck of excitement for this Hickman football team.
Yeah, and that was kind of another awkward exchange as the snap took a long time to get to him, but it didn't matter because of the pressure. Great job to just escape that and get any positive yardage. As an injured Spartan walked off the field, it looked like it was Jeremy Dudley. That's why we were stopped briefly, but now Hickman will punt.
Shuttlesworth to do the punting. Returning is to call right for the Spartans. That's the plan. Bad snap. Shuttlesworth fields it on a short hop and shanks it high and short. And it takes a battle bounce out to midfield where it's finally downed, as it was Levi Harrell that covered it up. Just a 15-yard punt. That was not hit well by the punter, Shuttlesworth. And then it backed up on him on top of that, and Battle gets the ball at midfield. Both offenses have shown the ability to move the ball, but both offenses have shown the ability to self-destruct, Micah.
Yeah, and we saw the last possession for the Spartans on the 3rd and long. Fernandez just forced it through a bad interception, and their strength, I think, is really the run game, and that's going to be how they're going to win games this season, including here tonight.
Fernandez hands it off, gives the ball to Brown. Brown scrambles for about 4, maybe 5 yards. As Chris Brown took that handoff and found a little bit of running room behind the right guard and tackle.
And you really look at the plays other than the early 63-yard run by Chris Brown, there's really nothing doing for Battle.
Under 4 minutes now to play in the first half here on Homecoming 23. As Alex Fernandez tried to pull the Cupies offside with his cadence. Jaden Donnelly wide to the left for the Spartans. And the Cupies did jump on that one. As Hickman could not keep that poker face. Jumping in the neutral zone, Andreas Sharp, the senior. That'll be close to first down yardage.
Dead ball. Encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Well, they said it was still second down, but it is a first down as John Bishop, the referee, gave us the call. Trips right, Battle now to Hickman 41. 3.5 minutes to play. Fernandez with the pocket collapsing, fires, he's got a man wide open. With the touchdown catch is Jaden Donnelly, the 6-foot, 160-pound senior. 41-yard strike. A 41-yard TD touchdown pass from Alex Fernandez to the senior Jaden Donnelly, who got behind the secondary, and it's 13-0 Battle.
Just a busted coverage in the Hickman secondary was all Donnelly needed. Wide open and a great throw by Fernandez as he got hit. And it's a touchdown for the Spartans to go up 2 scores.
Donnelly's first touchdown catch of the year. I think that's his first catch of the year. Jaden Donnelly's. As he hauled it in for the touchdown, and now Battle with trouble trying to get lined up here for the extra point. And the Cupies find themselves down as this extra point attempt is on the way, and it's no good as it was missed by Nkongoro, and it's 13-0 Battle. That's a deep hole, though, for a Hickman club that's struggling to score. We'll take a quick break. Cupies trail the Battle Spartans now 13-0.
Are you looking for an exciting career? If so, then we're looking for you. Hitachi Energy is hiring full-time hourly team members at our Jeff City location with an average starting rate of $23 to $27 per hour. Full-time hires are eligible for benefits starting day 1. An exciting career is waiting for you, so don't wait. Apply online today at hitachienergy.com/career.
Looking for a great deal on tires? Popeye's Tires and Garage in Columbia, where you can get the best prices in town on tires. Whether you want a used tire with lots of miles left on them or new tires at unbeatable price, we have them.
My dad also offers the best price on oil changes and other repairs to keep you safe on the road.
Popeye's Tires and Garage just off Pierce Road in Columbia. Come see us for a great deal on tires and repairs.
Columbia Public Schools are on a mission, a never-ending quest to be the best school district in the state, and they're well on the way. With the help and support of their generous marketing partners, CPS has contributed over $1.8 million to Missouri State High School Activities Association programs. So how has it paid off? Nearly 40% of the student body in secondary school participate in athletics and activities, and you can be part of the mission too. Visit these websites today for all the details on how you can help CPS and get involved today.
After being shut down last week and shut out by the Elias Crusaders, the Battle Spartans now have a 13-0 lead against the Hickman Cupies here at Battle High School in week 4 of the high school schedule. Battle Spartans looking for their first conference win, their first win of the year. Hickman the same way. Both teams trying to right the ship. Both teams have shown promise here tonight. They just can't get all their ducks lined up in a row consistently. As Incongoro now is set to kick it off. McNeil goes deep along with Kenny Jackson. Line drive, end over end kick, and then sails out of bounds. So Hickman will get the football in good field position, but they only have a 3 minutes and 25 seconds to deal with here in this first half. And Battle will get the football to start the second half. So with the procedure penalty, they'll spot the ball at the 35. Do you get the feeling that for Hickman to get on the board, it's going to take a big play?
That's what it feels like.
On the kicking team, ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. First and down, Hickman.
You know, they've methodically marched it down the field and gotten into the red zone a couple times.
And I think they got to do the hurry-up offense that was working the first couple drives. They've kind of gotten away from that.
Carter Holiday comes back out to engineer this drive. Again, 3 minutes, 25 seconds. I have the Cupes for 2 timeouts left. Is that where you are?
That's correct. Yep. They only took one earlier, so all that they need to work with here and still with plenty of time.
First and 10. And Wright trying to find some room. Gets outside, but so do the Spartans. A gain of 2 yards on the play and a nice open field stick by Jaden Donnelly. Turns around and plays that safety spot, and he's playing enthusiastically right now. He is pumped up.
Great pursuit by Donnelly there, and Zach Wright just 6 carries for 5 yards so far, so haven't gotten him going. Really haven't gotten much going in the run game.
Back to throw, Holiday under pressure, fires over the middle. Milo's got it at the 45, the 40. Milo to the 30, caught from behind at the 25-yard line, and making the touchdown saving tackle is Jaden Donnelly. As Milo made the catch on a crossing pattern for a gain of 42 yards. And here come the Cupies. They are in striking distance.
And there's that big play that we were talking about that could maybe reignite this offense.
Ball just inside the 25-yard line. And the Battle Spartans don't like the defensive alignment. And they'll spend their second time out of the first half. Battle 13, Columbia Hickman, nothing.
On the go, stay in the know with the ABC 17 News app.
It's your first alert to breaking news, weather, and traffic impacts. Instant access to live video on the scene with updates in real time.
I'm going to go ahead and step out of frame so you guys can see what we're seeing right now.
So no matter where you are, you'll always know the big stories happening right now.
Download the ABC 17 News app from the App Store or Google Play today. ABC 17 News. Get the app, get the alert.
That was blatant. Two minutes, 35 seconds to play first half. We'll have the homecoming festivities for you here at the half. So we bring you the KZOU Game of the Week, brought to you by the networks of Mid-Missouri and the Columbia Public Schools. Columbia Hickman, first and 10 at the Battle Spartans, 24-yard line. Cedric Alvis' Cupies break their huddle. You know, this is Coach Alvis' 6th year at the helm at Hickman. He's trying to pick up win number 14 in his tenure. Twin receivers left, receiver right. Empty backfield. Right in motion. Play action. Holiday in trouble. Eludes a couple tacklers, still buying time. Now will cut up field out of bounds at about the 19-yard line. How did he stay alive and extend that play?
I don't know, but really just tried to buy time for his receivers and nobody got open for him, but made a positive play out of it.
I think if he takes a hit, he might get another couple of yards. But I don't blame him. I'd have ran out of there too, I think.
I would have too.
That stops the clock though with 2:25 to play. Suddenly Hickman's in a pretty good spot here with 2 minutes, 25 seconds on the board. But they need points. Handoff goes to right up the middle, across the 20, and down to about the 18-yard line. And I see no flags down. It's going to be third down and Call it at least 4.
And you got to be thinking that if they don't pick up this third down, they'd go for it.
I
no
would think
sense
so.
in kicking a field goal down 2 scores. Already missed 1.
I guess down the distance might have something to say with it, but I'm with you. I think I'm going to run this play with the thought that
Timeout. Hickman.
I have another one in my pocket. Now the Cupies spend their second timeout. That's interesting with 1:55 to play. The Battle Spartans got on the board.
Both teams have 1 timeout left for the half.
The Battle Spartans got on the board with 5:31 to play on a 6-yard run by Chris Brown that capped this 80-yard drive. Brown ripped off 63 yards on 1 run. Extra point by Incongoro was good, and it was 7-0 Battle. Meanwhile, the Cupies drove the ball back down into the red zone through a pick. Battle Spartans came back, moved the ball 51 yards in their last scoring possession on just 3 plays, scoring on Alex Fernandez to a Jaden Donnelly touchdown pass of 41 yards. That came with 3:25 to play here in the second quarter, and the extra point attempt was no good. And now the Cupies trying to answer with 1:55 to play in the half. Looking at a third down and a healthy 4 yards. Operating from the Spartan 18-yard line. Holiday lines up Collins in the backfield. Holiday drops back to throw. Over the middle, caught by Kemp. Kemp inside the 10, fights his way to about the 6-yard line. He's got first down yardage. Kemp with his 3rd catch of the night, and he went up and got that one.
And I love the play there, using your big target, Brock Kemp, in the red zone, which is the best place to use him in my opinion. And every catch Kemp's had so far has been a first down, and 3 catches.
Kemp 6'6". They give the ball to Collins, going left. Collins down to the 3, to the 2, and stopped at the 1. And it'll be 2nd and goal to go with 1.5 minutes to play in quarter number 2.
And I think you try to run this clock down if you're Hickman as much as you can.
I don't know, Micah. I'm getting that thing in there. You know, you got 2 more downs. This is just 2nd down. But hopefully you can manage the clock and score. Lucas Murray wide left. They give again to Collins, and again Collins is denied pay dirt as he was stood up at about the 1.5 yard mark. Good defensive stand there by Battle up front. Braden Cook slammed the door. 48 seconds to play, and it's 3rd and goal to go, a loss of a yard. Do you get it outside here? Maybe you scramble Holiday?
Yeah, I think they might do a quarterback keeper here up the middle.
Holiday keeps it, cuts upfield, spins down to the 1, still on his feet. And I don't think he got in. It's 4th down.
He didn't.
4th down with 23 seconds to play. They stopped him inside the 1. And Hickman will use a timeout. I think you go with him again.
Timeout.
Yep,
Hickman.
I agree.
We'll take a break with him. 19 seconds.
On the go, stay in the know with the ABC 17 News app.
It's your first alert to breaking news, weather, and traffic impacts. Instant access to live video on the scene with updates in real time.
I'm gonna go ahead and step out of frame so you guys can see what we're seeing right now.
So no matter where you are, you'll always know the big stories happening right now.
Download the ABC 17 News app from the App Store or Google Play today. ABC 17 News. Get the app, get the alert.
13-0 Battle. 19 seconds to play in the half. 4th and goal for Columbia Hickman. They've got the ball inside the 1 yard line, the middle of the field. Terry Whitney stands over the football. The Cupie center, Cooper Brashears, and his teammates line up. 4th and goal from the 1. Holiday ready to bark out the signals, and Battle says not so fast. We have a timeout to spend, and we're going to spend them all right here. What are you going to call, Micah, right?
Well, they just ran up the middle with Holiday. I think Battle's expecting that, so maybe a bit of an outside keeper for Holiday with an option pitch to Zach Wright or another back you like. But I think, I wouldn't be opposed to them giving it to big Kenyon Collins, who's at about 215. He's the biggest back they got, and it seems like every time he's gotten the ball, he's fallen forward, and I think using him would be pretty smart here, but it's really just they need just enough push up front, which they're struggling to get from this offensive line in these goal-to-ghost situations.
You'd think as elusive as Holiday is, it seems like you ought to be able to stack it in the middle and then roll him loose right or left.
Yeah, and you got a lot of space, space to work with, and I don't know if passing the ball would be the right move here, but maybe Battle's not expecting it, so they could do a rollout type play.
Kind of a check down outlet.
It looks like Collins is there.
Collins in the backfield with Holiday. Twin receivers, 3 receivers to the right. Out of the gun. From inside to 1. Holiday takes the snap. He's going to throw it to Kemp, and it's incomplete. And the Kewpies are denied again. There was a fade to Kemp in the far corner, and that pass was well off target.
And I like I said, I love using Kemp in the red zone, but I don't necessarily like it on a 4th down where he's your only possible target. And the coverage was perfect. I mean, it would have had to have been
a jump ball,
and it would have had to have been pretty much a perfect throw. And if you're going to do that, I think the route's got to be more towards the corner of the end zone, which I think it may have been designed that way, but it just wasn't run well or wasn't thrown well. And just yet again, Hickman unable to finish drives, as I think that's now 3 drives they got in the red zone and ended up not getting any points out of it. But
you got to worry about the mental makeup of this Hickman team right now.
And, I mean, maybe your defense could come away with a safety here at the 1, but
15 seconds to play. As Fernandez will work out of the end zone. He's got Brown with him in the backfield. They set up into pistol, tight ends right and left. And they give to Brown. Brown gets loose going right, and he's in the second level. He makes a cut, dodges a tackler. Brown at midfield, still on his feet looking for a block. Brown still down to the 30. Brown finally caught by McNeil and brought down at about the 19-yard line. And time has expired as Brown ran it out of the end zone, raced it about 80 yards before they caught up with him.
Man, an almost disastrous end to the first half for the Hickman defense. Luckily, no time left on the clock, but
Rodney McNeil was able to finally get him roped in, and slowed him down enough for the teammates to catch him. What an end to the first half. The Battle Spartans lead the Hickman Kewpies here at the intermission by a score of 13-0. We'll be back with tonight's halftime activities in a moment.
ABC 17 SportsZone Football Friday High School Halftime is sponsored by Hitachi Energy. Inspire the next.
I almost died in a car accident and had a stroke on November 27, 2018.
One of the things that our firm was able to do to help Randy was to get all of those medical bills reduced down so that he could enjoy his settlement, to help him with speech therapy and get the therapies that he needed.
They are genuinely kind individuals who want to help you. They will fight for you. I am so grateful for what they did for me.
I'm here at Algier Salvage in Millersburg with George Algier. George, what services do you offer here?
Well, we buy scrap cars, we buy aluminum, copper, white goods, any kind of heavy iron, pretty much anything to do with recycling in the way of metals. We handle all of that. Bring your cars to us, or we can go and we can bid on them and come and get them, and we'll always haul them free.
From Algier Salvage in Millersburg.
Come see us.
What's the Jim Butler CDJR Powerhouse secret? Why are we Mid-Missouri's #1 Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealer? Is it our huge selection? Our no-hassle sales process? Could it be that we give the most for trade-ins? Is it our best price guarantee? Is it because we say yes when other dealers say no? Whatever it is, people from across the country are buying from Jim Butler and discovering the Powerhouse difference. Get started at cdjrpowerhouse.com during Jeep Adventure Days.
Welcome back to Battle High School, where it is halftime here on Homecoming 2023. All types of festivities planned, and we plan on bringing them all to you. But what a first half of football, where the Battle Spartans lead the Hickman Cupies 13-0. Hickman's been shut out, but they've been in battle territory time and time again in the first half. And in the red zone, deep in the red zone, 3 different times, denied all 3 times. The last time, turning the football over on downs at the 1-yard line. But interception, and then had it down to the 10, and then backed up by the Battle defense in their first possession. Just a crazy, crazy first half. But the Spartans have put the points on the board. They lead at 13-0 as we take you down to the field for the halftime festivities here and homecoming activities.
The 2023 Battle High School Marching Band, under the direction of Tim Foley, Mark Lewis, and Bob Calhoun. The marching band is also assisted by field technician Logan King, drumline instructors Grayson Smallin and Austin Peck, visual caption head Jeff White, color guard instructor Samantha Keeflon, and sound engineer Mitch Canova. The drum majors are Samantha Mullins and Ethan Cooper. Tonight's show features clarinet soloist Parker Hardesty. Tonight, the band will perform movements of 1 and 2 of their 2023 field show entitled Pink. is your band ready? High school band, you may take the field.
Halftime festivities here on Homecoming 2023 at Battle High School. It's the Battle Marching Band with a very fine performance. As we wrap up our coverage, here at the half, the Spartans have the advantage on the scoreboard. They lead Columbia Hickman 13-0. We'll be back with more here at the half in just a moment. This is the KZOU Friday night game of the week.
1851 Underground Tap and Grill offers historical architecture, great food, and an unforgettable experience.
It's a great place for specialty burgers, and be sure to try the Fire and Ice Chicken.
We love to bring our clients for half-price appetizers.
Great food, great location, great service. What more could you want?
Come see for yourself.
Why we say,
where good friends,
great food,
and excellent service come together.
With fall inventory on the way, Machins savings are here to stay. Shop over 1,000 vehicles at any of the Joe Machins family of dealerships today during our fall sell-all sales event. Over 13 brands and 10 dealerships gives you the best selection, and our volume advantage saves you even more. Cars, trucks, SUVs, CUVs, even hybrid and fully electric. If you're in the market, Machins has it, and we have it for less. Visit the Joe Machins family of dealerships today or click Machins.com. Joe Machins Automotive Group, part of the McClarty Automotive Group family.
Hold on. I've got this. Love God.
Nothing. Battle leads it here at the half. A quick recap of the scoring. The Spartans, after denying Hickman in the first possession of the game out of the red zone, the Spartans moved the ball 80 yards after a missed field goal attempt by the Cupies. Scored on a 6-yard run by Chris Brown, but Chris Brown had a 63-yard scamper in the 80-yard drive that consumed 6 plays. Took 2 minutes, 17 seconds. Extra point was kicked through by Nkongoro, and it was 7-0 Battle with 5:31 to play in the first quarter. Then the Spartans would deny Hickman a couple more times, force the Cupies to turn the football over, and the Spartans then moved it 51 yards on 3 plays, scoring on a 41-yard touchdown pass from Alex Fernandez to Jayton Donnelly with 3:25 to play in the second quarter. The extra point was no good by Nkongoro, and our halftime score is Battle 13, Columbia Hickman nothing. Now, Micah Wright will have a rundown of all the first half stats, and you're going to find that they're very close. The Cupies turned the ball over twice in the first half as Carter Holliday threw a couple interceptions. Both of them were tipped passes. And then the Battle quarterback, Alex Fernandez, fired an interception caught by McNeil in the end zone. So 2 turnovers for Hickman and 1 for the Battle Spartans. Check it around mid-Missouri for halftime scores. We've got a boatload for you. First in the CMAC, Rockbridge at Capital City taking on the Cavaliers, and the Bruins with a 10-point halftime advantage, 24-14. Jefferson City leads in Sedalia at Smith Cotton, 27-14. And Helias playing in St. Louis against Cardinal Ritter. They're in some trouble at the half. Cardinal Ritter 30, Helias 7. The Crusaders went in there undefeated, and the Cardinal Ritter Ball Club with 30 first half points, 30-7. Cardinal Ritter with the lead at the half. Checking around some other scores out of Boone County at Southern Boone. It is the Eagles leading Booneville 24-14. Centralia has a 13-0 lead in the third quarter against Brookfield. Blair Oaks hosting California. It's all Falcons, 42-0. Hannibal leads Fulton. That's up in Hannibal, 40-6. And Hillsboro currently is leading North Callaway, 35-0. That's at the half. We have not seen a score from the Father Tolt matchup with Principia. That's on the south side of Columbia. We'll do some more digging. Hopefully we can see how the Trailblazers are doing. They went into that game undefeated, 3-0 going into tonight's action. Another score we haven't been able to track down was the Harrisburg hosting Milan score, but we'll see if we can't get something done there as well. Micah Wright, you've got 2 pencils worn out. I noticed that you have 1 shoe off. You got some statistics calculated.
Yeah, I've been doing some double duty here tonight. We're trying to get these stats ready for us here at halftime. So pretty even if you don't look at the score, even though, I mean, only 2-score game. Battle leads 13-0, but 10 first downs for Hickman to just 8 for Battle. And Hickman running the football 44 yards on 24 carries. But through the air, they've had 10 completions on 18 attempts for 166 through the air. But the 2 interceptions have haunted them. 210 total yards for Hickman and 228 for Battle. And Battle doing all of their damage on the ground with 11 rushes for 173 yards. Thanks to Chris Brown, who has 149 of those himself, and really that came from 2 runs, and he got a 6-yard touchdown run as well. The penalties have been costly for both teams. 5 for Hickman for 40 yards and 8 for Battle with 87 penalty yards in that first half. And time of possession, Hickman's really had the ball more than Battle, 15 minutes, 10 seconds, as opposed to Battle 8 minutes, 50 seconds in that first half. Now individual stats for Hickman, Zach Wright running the football, 7 carries for 8 yards, so nothing doing for him. Carter Holiday had 10 attempts rushing for 15 yards, and Kenyon Collins had 5 for 18, so he's been the guy doing it the best, although just 18 yards is not much for him. And the freshman Brendan Bursey got in there for 2 rushes for 3 yards. And on the other side, Battle running the football, Keon Marshall 2 carries for 14. And like I said, Chris Brown 6 for 149 and a touchdown. And quarterback Alex Fernandez 3 attempts for 10 yards rushing. And Fernandez through the air 4 for 7, 55 yards, a touchdown and an interception. And really, other than that 41-yard touchdown, just 14 yards through the air for Battle. And on the other side, Holiday 9 for 15 for 151. But the 2 interceptions there, no touchdowns. And Brendan Bursey had a completion on 3 attempts for 15 yards. And Lucas Murray had a catch for -1. Tion Milo, 2 for 57.
Please set the clock to 3 minutes.
And Brock Camp had 3 for 55 as he had some big catches there. Zach Wright, 2 for 30 through the air. And then for Battle, DeQual Wright, 2 catches, 9 yards. Jaden Donnelly, 1 catch, 41 yards, and that was the touchdown. And Devin Harris, 1 catch for 5 yards. So pretty even statistically, but the mistakes for Hickman have stood out, and that's part of the reason why they're down 13-0 Tex.
You know, a very interesting first half when you
clock operator
when you break it all down. But what you find amazing is the fact that you got a guy like Chris Brown who had not had a carry coming into this game for the Battle Spartans. And I think you got to credit Matt Herman and his staff to recognize we got to get a little more thunder in that backfield. Not that Keon Marshall wasn't getting it done. I mean, he came in averaging 4.2 yards a carry, but Chris Brown has ran the ball. But when you think back of the game and you think about 2 or 3 big plays for the Spartans, and then you think of the drives that Hickman was able to wire together with the pass and the run, and you're sitting there and you're thinking, how can this be a 13-0 ball game?
Right, and it's just so tough to have the 2 interceptions, and one of which came in the end zone. And then to end the half, you have such a great drive. You get down to the 1-yard line, which I think they had 2nd and goal at the 1 and just unable to get a yard to cut that lead in half. So such a tough first half for Hickman, but offensively I thought they played well.
We'll be back with the second half in just a moment. The Kewpies and Spartans are loosening up. This is the KZOU Game of the Week.
Do you suffer from chronic pancreatitis? Then MCU is for you. Members experience benefits like saving more money with lower interest rates, an increased ability to get a great auto loan, and a home equity line of credit. MCU is not for everyone. Do not use if you're allergic to a fattening wallet, benefiting from profits, or being treated like a person, not a number. Continuous use of MCU may lead to higher levels of spending. Power?
Cut.
Breaking the fourth wall. Isn't that a little on the nose?
Let's go again. Reset.
Who writes this stuff?
Missouri Credit Union. From the pig, for the people.
Columbia Columbia Public Schools are on a mission, a never-ending quest to be the best school district in the state, and they're well on the way. With the help and support of their generous marketing partners, CPS has contributed over $1.8 million to Missouri State High School Activities Association programs. So how has it paid off? Nearly 40% of the student body in secondary school participate in athletics and activities, and you can be part of the mission too. Visit these websites today for all the details on how you can help CPS and get involved today.
News from Fulton.
At Callaway Collision Center, we do more than just auto body work. And when we do auto body work, we do it right and we treat you right.
Body work, alignments, mechanical repairs, we do it all.
Callaway Collision Center, honest, dependable, and one of the best in the business.
We are Callaway Collision Center, and we want to be your auto body specialist. Give us a call.
You've been watching ABC 17 SportsZone Football Friday High School Halftime. Sponsored by Hitachi Energy. Inspire the next.
A rewarding one for the Battle Spartans, but their fans too have to be just a little bit on the frustrated side because of self-inflicting wounds. And coming into this game, this is kind of what we expected. I mean, both of these teams have really struggled to really have continuity in their game.
Yeah, and we talked so much about how mistakes need to be limited, and we didn't see that much in the first half. I mean, it's battle with the penalties racking up, and I mean, Hickman had some penalties too that were costly, but really it was the turnovers that stood out, and the turnovers that weren't lost were bad snaps that stalled drives, and I mean, that just really put a harm into this offense. Self-inflicted wounds were very costly for Hickman, and I was really impressed with how they started this game, running the up-tempo offensively and put together multiple good drives, and they've really seemed like they've lived in battle territory. Just having 0 points come out of it is just such a disappointment, and I think this second half, I mean, they really don't have to change much. I think they just got to finish drives and get the right play calls in the right scenario from those goal-to-go situations.
You know, you think about it, there were a couple big plays in that first half, one of them at the end of the half. Man, if Hickman doesn't make that stop on the run by Brown, I mean, they're down all of a sudden 20, 21 points at the half and deflated after not scoring themselves. And then I think about earlier in the game where the Cupies had opportunities and couldn't convert. And they've got to dig deep. They really do, and find something here to get it done in this second half. The Spartans, meanwhile, are looking to continue to ride their momentum and maybe gain a little more as Devin Harris goes deep for the Battle Spartans to return this anticipated kickoff of Carson Shuttlesworth. And Shuttlesworth will approach and boot this one end over end. And that is fielded by the Spartans, and bringing it back for our Battle is Vernell Holt, and Holt down the near sideline across the 30 and brought down at about the 34-yard line. As Vernell Holt returned that 29 yards, and Battle starts off in really good field position. Start this second half. It's vital, I do believe, though, for Columbia Hickman to get a stop.
Oh, absolutely, and I would have been confident had they received this kickoff after stalling on offense that they would have come out strong and really tried to make up for how they finished the half. But defensively, you got to do the same thing and just really fit the run game well. And when talking about those linebackers getting their run fits down, which we did not see in the first half, as Chris Brown ran off 2 massive runs that cost the Hickman defense.
Spartans come out in the pistol. Alex Fernandez puts a man in motion. And Fernandez will hand off to his tailback, and he's going nowhere. And I mean nowhere to run whatsoever. I believe it was Chris Brown, as there were nothing but white jerseys crashing through. And getting a call was Chris Brown for no gain, a loss on a play of almost 5 yards. It'll be second, call it 14.
And this Battle offensive line has really struggled. I mean, just other than the 2 big runs for Brown, which was, I think, more so him creating something than their O-line, blocking well for him, and it seems like Fernandez has been running around as well.
Snap back to Fernandez. He wings it in the flat. A broken tackle. Missed tackle. Jaden Donnelly down the near sideline's going to score. They had him on an island, and there was a missed tackle, and just like that, the Battle Spartans have blown this one open. That is a 70-yard touchdown strike. 70-yard TD catch for Jaden Donnelly, who had no catches coming into the game. 2 touchdown catches now.
His only two catches of the day is for over 100 yards and both touchdowns. Just a missed tackle there by the Hickman defensive back was enough to create that long touchdown. And just when we were talking about Hickman needing a stop to get momentum back in this game, they give up that touchdown.
And Congoro was about to attempt the extra point, and throwing down like a ragdoll was a holder, and a flag comes down as DeQuell Wright was tossed down, and this could be a horse collar.
Yeah, it will be, and I guess they'll mark that from, do they do that from the spot of the foul, or is it the initial spot of the ball?
Well, boy, and with it being an extra point attempt, disregard the flag. They said it was a clean play. That answers that. You don't have to answer that.
Don't have
one.
to even think about it.
There you go. But
there.
a 70-yard touchdown strike from Fernandez to Donnelly, and the Spartans now lead the Hickman Cupies by a score of 19-0.
On the go, stay in the know with the ABC 17 News app. It's your first alert to breaking news, weather, and traffic impacts. Instant access to live video on the scene with updates in real time.
I'm gonna go ahead and step out of frame so you guys can see what we're seeing right now.
So no matter where you are, you'll always know the big stories happening right now.
Download the ABC 17 News app from the App Store or Google Play today. ABC 17 News. Get the app, get the alert.
Striking like lightning, the Battle Spartans now lead the Hickman Cupies 19-0. As Jaden Donnelly broke a tackle in the near flat, scrambled 70 yards for the touchdown, receiving a pass from Alex Fernandez. As we're just underway here in the third quarter, they moved it 76 yards on 2 plays, about 50 seconds. And Battle now has a cushion. They lead 19-0. Going deep for the Cupies is Kenny Jackson. And he's flanked on the left side. I'm not sure that's McNeil or not. And here's a high end-over-end kick. And it is Jackson returning with McNeil blocking in front. Jackson down the middle, out to the 33-yard line. Nice return by Jackson. And Hickman now will get the football for the first time. You know, Hickman has put some points on the board, just not a lot. Last week they scored 16. Against Elias they scored 12. And against North Kansas City, losing that game by 2, 28-26. So they've had some success in punching it in, but not here against Battle.
And I think this is the best their offense has played all year. It's just not being able to finish drives and having costly turnovers when they're deep in their opponent's territory.
Holiday brings out. He's got Kenyon Collins in the backfield. Collins gets the call. He knifes his way up the middle out to about the 39-yard line. You know, Kenyon Collins had some interesting stats coming in. 17 carries, no gain, but he's ran for positive yardage tonight.
And I thought they were going to give it to him on the 4th and goal where they didn't score before they ended the half.
Holiday looked right, now looks left. He's got pressure, fires underneath, and it goes incomplete. They were wrestling for the ball on the far sideline. Defending was Elijah Jackman. I thought that was Murray on the far sideline, but I'm not positive.
I think it may have been.
Was it Henkins?
Kemp, maybe?
There's no flag on the play.
It was very tight coverage. Is that, like you said, they were fighting over that football.
For a moment, I thought it was Kemp, too. So it'll be 3rd down and 5. Boy, Hickman's got to answer. or it's going to be a slippery slope. Henkins comes wide to the near side. Milo in a slot. Wing to the right. Holiday fires far flat. It's caught and dropped. Goes incomplete. And this was Murray who dropped it. Lucas had first down yardage.
Yep, and another self-inflicted wound. Just
a drop.
Mental mistake as he may have taken his eyes off of the ball and saw the defender coming, and now Hickman's going to punt.
McQuall right goes deep for the Spartans. Carson Shuttlesworth in punt formation. 38-yard line, high snap, retreating is Shuttlesworth. He gets this one off. It takes a neutral bounce around the 35-yard line, and it's down there by the Cupies, and the Spartans get it in good field position. 27-yard punt. Which way was that going to bounce if they'd let it bounce?
I think it would have bounced in Hickman's favor.
And it's a 3-and-out for the Cupies, and there haven't been a lot of those tonight.
But you just think back to that drop on third down. So it's not really the defense stopping you so much as it is you stopping yourself, which has been the story for the Hickman offense. And now if you're the defense, you're thinking, man, we're out here again with no points on the board. Just gotta be getting to a point where you're pretty exhausted.
Fernandez sends trips to the left, lone receiver to the right. And the handoff goes to Keon Marshall, and he's upended after no gain. It'll be second down.
I've been surprised with the lack of use of Keon Marshall and more use of Chris Brown, but it's worked like a charm. Chris Brown with 145 yards.
And now you got a fresh Marshall.
Exactly.
Empty backfield. Spartans audibilizing at the line. Marshall in a slot to the right. Wright and Sanders to the left. They swing this one out to Wright, looking for a block. Wright gets to the edge, and Rout stood up for no gain. Good job of staying in front of the receiver by that QP defense, as Brady Wilburn really held his ground very well.
Yeah, great defense there. As Wright had a lot of room once he caught the football, but Wilburn crashed in and made the tackle to force a third and fairly long here.
I thought McNeil also made a nice play on that swing pass. 3rd and 8. Slot right, twin receivers left. Fernandez takes the snap, looking right, flushed out of the pocket, rolling. He's going to keep it. Fernandez trying to get outside, ran down and tackled by Brady Wilburn, short of the first down marker.
I think it was Elijah Jackman who made that tackle. It's a great play in pursuit.
Yeah, Brady Wilburn made the stop. Did Jackman take the snap? No. No, it was Fernandez on the keeper. Fourth down, 4. Kenny Jackson goes deep, anticipating this punt of Vernell Holt. And Hickman gets a much-needed stop. Good snap. Holt has protection. Good punt. And Kenny Jackson fields and down the far sideline, tackled at about the 28-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Cupies. 33-yard punt. What, 5-yard return? Cedric Alvis got to be pulling his hair out. Far sideline.
Yeah, just begging his offense to put together a touchdown drive here.
Connect somehow, right?
And that they're lucky to be back out there, still down 19-0 after the 3 and out.
Boy, you're right. I mean, 3 scores and you win this game.
And the defense just giving up a long touchdown as they were tired out there, but they did their part. And now you can get back in this game with a touchdown drive.
Collins lines up to dot the pistol. Brock Kemp will line up to the left side. 4 rushers. The handoff goes to Collins up the middle, and he scrambles for about 8 yards before he's finally knocked off his feet. There was a bit of a cavity to run through for Collins.
And now back to this hurry up that worked in the first half.
Collins to the right of Holiday. Holiday's going to go deep. And a catch made. Lucas Murray inside the 30. And Murray down at about the 28-yard line. He took a whipping once he made the catch, but I'll tell you what, he held on for a 34-yard gain. He took a smack.
A great job to maintain the ball, taking the big hit, and a great throw poised by Carter Holiday.
Holiday hands it off to Collins, and Collins turns the corner and gets close to the line of scrimmage. Good pursuit to the ball by the Spartans, led by Elijah Jackman.
And this is the area of the field where I think using Brock Kemp would really benefit the QBs here, especially over the middle, trying to get him in a one-on-one matchup with that 6'6" frame.
Well, and I think they got to find Murray some more. I mean, they've been going to him. He had 16 catches coming in. That was his first catch tonight, right?
His first one was just a negative 1 yard short completion.
Holiday looking right, swings it, and it's incomplete. He tried to connect with Ethan Gaines, a 5'9", 175-pound sophomore. Gaines is pretty heavily covered. Gaines has 7 catches coming into this game. It'll be 3rd down and long for the Cupies. Trailing 19-0 to Battle. Kemp will line up on the right end. Holiday rolls left, steps back, fires, has a man, and it's intercepted. It's jumped as Jaden Donnelly picked it off. Jaden Donnelly having one of those games, and he saw the pass coming, and it looked like he had a man wide open, but by the time Donnelly had his sights on it, it was intercepted.
He had Murray wide open for a touchdown, but was too late. Was Holiday on the throw. Read well by Donnelly, who covered a lot of ground to get that interception.
Water break.
But just another costly turnover by the Hickman Cupies.
19-0 Battle.
After dealing with an accident, most people are concerned about the mounting medical expenses, the loss of their job, how to get by with their injuries.
We can help put them back in control. We can give order back to their life and let them get better while we handle all the other issues flying around them.
The medical bills, talking with the insurance companies, taking everything off their plate so they only have to focus on getting better.
Go to lawmissouri.com and see how Harper, Evans, Wade, and Nedemeyer can help you.
Are you looking for an exciting career? If so, then we're looking for you. Hitachi Energy is hiring full-time hourly team members at our Jeff City location with an average starting rate of $23 to $27 per hour. Full-time hires are eligible for benefits starting day 1. An exciting career is waiting for you, so don't wait. Apply online today at hitachienergy.com/career.
Now, more than ever, all U.S. veterans need your help. If you have an old car, truck, or van, you can donate it today and help them. And they'll come pick it up for free. Plus, the money raised helps our nation's disabled veterans and their families. Call the number on your screen right now. Within a few days, we'll come and tow it away for free, running or not. And the proceeds greatly help U.S. veterans. So please call right now.
Spartans 19, Cupies nothing. 6:16 to play here in the third quarter. Just when it looked like Hickman might have had something going, they throw their third interception of the night. And now the Battle Spartans will work from their own 6-yard line as Keon Marshall will line up in the backfield behind his quarterback, Alex Fernandez. Trip split off to the left. Hickman's defense asked to shut down the Spartans again. As Fernandez gives the ball to Marshall, and Marshall stopped for no gain, trying to go right. Might have lost a yard. And it'll be second down and long yardage for Battle. Boy, you got to be careful here, too. There's still enough time in this game. If
absolutely.
Major mistake here by the Spartans, and Hickman could catch fire.
It's a spot of the field where the defense could try to score on their own.
Here's a swing pass out to DeQuell right in the flat, trying to beat a man, and brought down out of bounds at about the 15-yard line, shy of the first down. Pretty good open field stop. I believe it was McNeil.
And DeQuell Wright just threw him off, but not before McNeil forced him out of bounds short of the sticks.
Yeah, I think if he just keeps running, he might have got the yardage. It'll be third down and a long 2 for the Spartans. That's really been their passing game to DeQuell Wright. Fernandez takes the snap, gives the ball to Marshall up the middle, and Marchand has first down yardage, breaks a tackle into the secondary, and brought down at about the 35-yard line. Keon Marshall made that play happen. Gain of 20 yards, his biggest run of the night, and now the Spartans have operating room.
And just poor tackling by the Hickman defense, which we've seen really time and time again, especially towards the end of that first half, and we saw on the long touchdown to start this half. And could have maybe stopped him just shy of a first, but you surrendered yardage even if he did pick up that first down by the missed tackle.
Spartans trying to eat up yardage and time off the clock. Fernandez drops back, and he throws in a flat, and was the catch made by the leaping receiver, Jaden Donnelly. He did make that catch.
Donnelly came down with that football somehow and took a shot by McNeil. Made a great play to try to jolt that football out of there.
6-yard gain, second down. Spartans opening it up a little bit. Fernandez to Marshall. Nowhere to run for Marshall. He was met by a host of Cupes. Aiden Smith again at the bottom of the heap. He's made some tackles tonight, the 6'3", 225-pound senior.
Yeah, he's been the man in the middle making plays for this Hickman defense. A group that's just trying to keep themselves in the game with their offensive struggles, and that's a false start.
Braden Cook got in a hurry. Spartans are still running with Nathan Mislin as their center. He had to come off the field earlier in the game, but
Dead ball. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
Been hanging tough, battling through it. Now it's third down and 8. It's a big play here for the Cupie defense. Fernandez drops back, has time, wants to go deep's got a man, and it is incomplete. The intended receiver was Devin Harris. He had it on the fingertips, but could not haul it in. Pretty good coverage, and Harris paid the price, slow to get up.
Yeah, and really a great throw by Fernandez, maybe a touch underthrown as they'll let Harris catch his breath. Great effort from Harris to high point that football, and he really had to run under it.
Not sure if he didn't fall on that ball.
I think he may have. Maybe got the wind knocked out of him. But it's another good stop for the Hickman defense.
You know, Harris, though, was able to get separation. Well, like you said, pass might have been just slightly underthrown. An opportunity here for Hickman. On the punt is Holt. And he has trouble with the snap and will get it off. End over end punt, and it takes a battle bounce all the way down to about the 14-yard line. Do you believe that? What a job by Vernell Holt. 49 yards, according to our statistician.
Somehow, I thought he may have tried to run and pick up the first down.
You know, he was in the vicinity.
He could have, but the last second made the right choice to punt the football and pin a struggling Hickman offense deep in their own territory. Great job by Vernell Holt, who's quite a talented athlete, great basketball player as well. Quite the athletic kid. But this is another opportunity that Hickman has to get on the board and just keep fighting in this game and stay in it. And so many times we've seen them in these situations get blown out with no chance, but their offense just has got to get it going again like they did in the first half.
Three-man rush, swing pass incomplete, intended for Finn Henkins. Henkins, junior, made a couple catches earlier in the game, passed a little out of his reach. 2nd and 10. I still think if you're Hickman, granted, time's starting to become an issue, but I think you got to be patient.
Yeah, and you can't just abandon the run. As in this quarter, it's been a couple nice runs by Collins. It's been successful.
Spartans showing blitz. They give it to Collins, trying to bounce outside, cuts upfield. Collins gets it out to the 19-yard line, a nice 5-yard gain, but it'll be 3rd and long. As Collins now slow to get back on his feet. And just the way he's acting, that could be a cramp. You hope that's all it is. Kenyon Collins, Jr. And the Hickman staff comes from across the field. The battle. Yeah, the way they're working on this, it looks like it's a cramp.
Yep.
3:19 to play in the third. The Spartans lead it 19-0. They've scored a touchdown in each quarter to this point. They've spread it out just a bit, but they've made big plays when they've had to. And you can dress it up all you want, Micah, but that's what this has come down to this point.
And really, it's been Jaden Donnelly who didn't catch a pass, I believe, that this entire season. Had 2 touchdowns, both long touchdowns, and then got the interception deep in his own territory, the 3rd interception of the game for Carter Holiday. And the story's been Hickman not finishing drives, and it's been Battle making big plays and a couple long runs for Chris Brown, and then big pass plays to Donnelly.
And then Samson Ojo with 2 interceptions. We're going to take a timeout. 19-0, Battle leads, 3:19 to play in the third.
On the go, stay in the know with the ABC 17 News app. It's your first alert to breaking news, weather, and traffic impacts. Instant access to live video on the scene with updates in real time.
I'm gonna go ahead and step out of frame so you guys can see what we're seeing right now.
So no matter where you are, you'll always know the big stories happening right now.
Download the ABC 17 News app from the App Store or Google Play today. ABC 17 News. Get the app, get the alert.
Kenyon Collins helped off to the field to, well, about middle of the field. Now walks off, and boy, if you ever battled cramps, the worst thing is the fear that it's going to return.
Yeah, that's right. And get the pickle juice out. That's what
drink up, right?
Old coaches used to do. And at the very least, though, it's a cramp and not something more severe. So Collins should be back out there soon, you would hope.
3rd down and 4 for the Cupies. Holiday does not get the snap he was looking for. Now flags fly, and they burn up all their time. Illegal procedure, Hickman. Now it's going to be 3rd and 8.
False start on the offense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
And that is just a major penalty. Would have had 3rd and short, becomes 3rd and long. Offense already struggling. Now it's an obvious passing down. Defense can kind of adjust to that by playing.
And they're going to have to use a timeout now. There's 7 seconds
6
left
seconds,
now.
Yep.
They better hurry. In that backfield is Devin Brown. They get the snap off. Holiday swings it out in the flat, and it's caught for a 1st down by Lucas Murray. They made that look easy.
Yeah. Big cushion on the outside for Murray, who just ran his defender about 15 yards and then came back to the ball and picked up the 1st down.
Do we have a penalty marker down? They have not moved the sticks. They have spotted the ball at the 29. As our referee, John Bishop's been busy.
No flag on the play. No flag.
Sometimes those flags just fall out of their pocket.
Sometimes it can be a yellow shoe or something, but I guess that one just slipped out.
Well, they were conferring. Not mine. It's not mine. Whose is it? 1st and 10. Ball at the 28. Holiday on play action completes this pass to Kemp in the flat, and Kemp brought down after a very short gain. Kemp tried to get out of the way. He's just too big a target at 6'6", 230 pounds. He's a junior. I think that young man's still growing.
Yeah, he, as a freshman, I think was about 6'4". Sophomore 6'5", now 6'6".
Back to throw Holiday. In the middle to Kemp. And he caught another one sandwiched between 2 defenders for 1st down. Well, he's displayed some awful good hands tonight. And Hickman has it at midfield. You know, last week, that Elias club had like 5 players that stood 6'6", if not bigger. That was amazing. Back to throw again, Holiday. Looking over the middle, flushed out of the pocket. We'll keep it. Holiday caught from behind. And a nice open field stop made by Chris Brown, the linebacker. But Holiday still scrambled for 7 yards.
Good decision by Holiday to just go ahead and run that and not wait for anything to develop. Picking up positive yardage. And the last completion to Camp put Holiday over 200 yards passing. But the 3 interceptions still haunt him.
Down to a minute 10 to play in the quarter. Holiday will swing this one in the traffic again. Flag flies, interception made as it's picked off by Darian Nichols as Nichols made the interception. But this may be coming back.
I'm not sure if they're going to call that on Nichols or if it was one of the 2 or 3 other
there was contact
players
back
in the
there,
secondary.
Yeah, who initiated it?
And Murray drew the flag.
Murray got spun around. It is interference against Battle. Boy, that was a dangerous pass.
Yeah, it was. It was reckless, really triple coverage.
Pass interference on the defense. 15-yard penalty makes it a 1st down.
Now 10 penalties for Battle, over 100 yards in penalties.
That'll keep Matt Herman at
somehow up 3 scores despite all those penalties.
3 turnovers. They've taken the ball away 3 times.
Exactly.
And denying in the red zone.
And they've been in this position of the field in their own territory when they've gotten those turnovers.
Holiday again flushed out of the pocket. He'll keep it near sideline to the 20. 15 and pushed out of bounds by Jackman. Jackman knocked him out, but not before he picked up 14 yards. 45 seconds to play in the quarter. And it's 1st and 10, just inside the 15.
And here we go again, another opportunity to finally punch it in for Hickman.
Holiday hands it off, and I think he actually gave the ball to Devin Brown.
Yep.
Round the left end, a little behind the back handoff, and that didn't work.
Lost 5.
That may be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Well, I would try to get a play off if I'm Hickman, not rush a play in and get the right call and try to.
Yeah, don't pay any attention to the actual game clock. 2nd down, 15. Spartans bring 4, and Holiday, heavy traffic, throws another incompleted pass. Almost picked off by Jaden Donnelly.
Yep.
He just dropped it.
That may have been the easiest opportunity for a catch or interception of the day for Donnelly, who's had 3 catches and 1 interception, and he had Brock Camp. Did Holiday over the middle on kind of a post route, but you got to throw that ball higher to Camp and can't wait for the defender to come up on him. He's got to make that throw quicker.
1 second left in the quarter. And I really believe Jaden Donnelly is just hiding in the, he's baiting Holiday right now.
Yeah, and Holiday's just locking in on his targets every pass.
3rd and 15, Holiday again flushed out of the pocket. Holiday now cuts upfield. He's going to keep it down the sideline. And Holiday finally thrown out of bounds as a flag flies.
Ooh,
at about the 5-yard line. That might be a face mask.
I think it is a face mask, which would be a 1st down for Hickman.
And if it's a face masking penalty on the defense, don't you play another down in the quarter because time has expired?
Yeah, I'm not sure that rule is to.
There's a penalty marker down. Let's find out. Personal foul, face mask. Battle. Boy, they're trying to get Hickman jump started here, aren't they?
They are. So I think that's half the distance, which.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense. Half the distance to the goal. That's the quarter.
So the quarter does come to a close. And we have played 3 here at Battle. Spartans 19, Cupies nothing. This is the KZLU Friday night game of the week.
With fall inventory on the way, Machins savings are here to stay. Shop over 1,000 vehicles at any of the Joe Machins family of dealerships today during our fall sell-all sales event. Over 13 brands and 10 dealerships gives you the best selection, and our volume advantage saves you even more. Cars, trucks, SUVs, CUVs, even hybrid and fully electric. If you're in the market, Machins has it, and we have it for less. Visit the Joe Machins family of dealerships today or click Machins.com. Joe Machins Automotive Group, part of the McClarty Automotive Group family.
Do you suffer from chronic bankthiitis? Then MCU is for you. Members experience benefits like saving more money with lower interest rates, an increased ability to get a great auto loan, and a home equity line of credit. MCU is not for everyone. Do not use if you're allergic to a fattening wallet, benefiting from profits, or being treated like a person, not a number. Continuous use of MCU may lead to higher levels of spending. Power?
Cut.
Breaking the fourth wall. Isn't that a little on the nose?
Let's go again. Reset.
Who writes this stuff?
Missouri Credit Union. From the pig, for the people.
Increase the value of your home and save 11% off. New garage doors at Menards. A new garage door can provide up to a 100% return on your investment toward the value of your home. And Menards has you covered with more than 1,000 different style and color options to choose from. Give your home the update it deserves and save 11% off all ideal garage doors. This 9x7 insulated garage door with windows is $599.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Sherry has a good time all the time. That last my knee went We talk.
I like brown liquor and brown women.
About what? We play. And you know we're always laughing. Oh my God!
Sherry, weekday mornings at 10 on Fox 22.
Got a story just waiting to be heard? Scan the QR code on your screen to share news tips, photos, and videos with ABC 17 News right now.
Welcome to the 4th quarter here at Battle High School, homecoming 2023. It's 1st and goal to go for the Cupies at the Battle 3. The handoff is kept by Holiday, and he rolls into the end zone for Hickman's first touchdown of the night as he was untouched coming to the left. A 3-yard touchdown run, and it's 19-6.
Finally, the Cupies punch it in with a touchdown. So many times they've been deep in battle territory, as looks like they may try to go for 2 here. But that's a type of play that we were talking about that they could have done in the first half when they weren't able to punch it in. A quarterback keeper for Holiday, fake handoff, great play call, and it's a 2-score game. And give credit to the Hickman defense for getting stops to keep battle only up 2 scores.
Cupies will go for 2. Holiday will keep it. Holiday then laterals it, and it is picked up, but to no avail as the Cupies cannot get it in. And their 2-point conversion attempt is snuffed out. I don't, I guess, blame them for going for 2. I'm not sure I was excited about the play they had called. Holiday, though, had an option and elected to keep it.
Yeah, kind of a similar play, but to the opposite side. And tried to throw that at the last second as he was getting taken down. But I like going for 2 because if you convert that and then you're down 11, and I mean, you're obviously wanting to get touchdowns, but if you happen to get a field goal, then it makes it a 1-score game. But that's just what Hickman needed, both defensively and offensively. You get the stops, and then your offense finally comes through with a touchdown. And it did help that Battle had another dumb penalty to gift away yardage and put Hickman at the 4-yard line.
Pretty impressive drive, though, for the Cupies.
Yeah, it was. Great job by Holiday using his legs that drive. The offensive line looked better than previous drives. And their defense now has some fuel and some momentum. Hopefully they can carry it over.
So Hickman is on the board. It's 19-6. Battle with the lead. They're about to get the football back. Going deep for the Spartans. To return this kick is Samson Oja. It's almost been a tryout on who's been returning kicks for the Spartans. I think Vernell Holt is the other man deep. And here is the kick from Shuttlesworth. And an end-over-end kick, and this is DeQual Wright who fields it at the 14, sidesteps a tackler out across the 25, and finally brought down. And was that Holt or was that Wright? It was Holt.
Yeah,
it was right the first
Holt
time.
There.
As Holt sets up the Spartans in good field position. Battle led at the end of the first quarter, 7-0. They led at the half, 13-0. They scored in opening moments of the third quarter to go up 19-0. Hickman finally gets on the board with an impressive drive, scoring on a 3-yard touchdown run by Carter Holiday. As the Spartans bring out the offense. Neither club has scored a win this year. They're looking for their first one tonight. As Alex Fernandez takes the snap and gives to Marshall, and Marshall is dropped for a loss of a yard. Boy, nothing but jerseys, white jerseys in that backfield.
Now the middle of that Hickman defense has really dominated. As we've seen a lot of hits right at the line of scrimmage or behind the line of scrimmage. Aiden Smith, who's played on the edge, has gotten in there on some runs. Sharp, number 54 as well.
2nd and 10. Back to throw Fernandez in the flat, and it's caught in the flat by Devin Harris, but he was met immediately by the QP corner, but a gain of 8 yards on the play.
That was good timing by Fernandez to hit Harris in the flat.
3rd down, didn't get a great spot. Harris didn't. It's 3rd down and a long 2.
Now this, if you're able to get another one of those tackle for losses or a sack if you're Hickman, how big would that be after your offense just scored a touchdown for you?
Brown in the backfield. Brown gets the call. Brown up the middle. He's got first down yardage, breaks the tackle, weaves to the outside. He's got blockers in front of him. Down to the 30, down to the 20, far sideline, and did he get in? Touchdown, Battle.
I think they rule him at the 1.
Maybe the 2.
It looked like he may have even fumbled the football trying to reach for the end zone, but I guess they're going to rule he stepped out of bounds.
How about that?
Dangerously close to a touchback, though.
Brown, again, got in that secondary, called out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
And another 50-plus yard run for Brown.
And Brown gets the call, trying to bounce outside. Brown to the 1. Brown scores on the 2-yard run.
And I think there's going to be a hold, though. So flag was thrown mid-play.
Holding against the Spartans, and it is coming back.
But how about that 59-yard run, putting Brown at over 200?
On the offense. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
Missed tackles right at the line of scrimmage.
Right, and just 8 carries, but 204 yards and a touchdown from Chris Brown. And his running ferociously. Is a strong back, but just missed tackles have been what's hurt this Hickman defense, who's played pretty well.
But it has hurt this defense through the first 3 games as well. Last week against Capital City, missed tackle after missed tackle.
And it's the fundamentals that we've talked about that both these teams need to improve on.
And with that being said, there's been some nice tackles made in the open field and in different places. But consistency. Looks like now Marshall Brown takes over in the backfield. They back it all the way out to the 10. And the pass is caught. A diving catch in the far flat by Wright. DeQual Wright came back to the football. Caught it about the 6, and it'll be 2nd and goal to go. Might have been the 7.
Yeah, DeQual Wright, 5 catches, but just 23 yards so far. So they've kind of held him in check.
That was an acrobatic catch. 2nd and goal. Marshall again in the backfield. Fernandez goes to Marshall. Marshall breaks a tackle inside the 5. Still on his feet down to about the 3.5. And then the Hickman defense shuts him down. And Brady Wilburn, the safety, came back up. Now there's some extra discussions going on after that play. It'll be 3rd down. Goal to go just outside the 4. And here comes that guy again. That man, Chris Brown.
I wonder if they consider going Wildcat, which we saw last week against Elias. Worked pretty well. And yep, there it is.
There it is. You called it. Brown takes the snap, running right, and spun down, shy of the goal line. Ball may
lost
be
the ball.
out. Yeah, the ball's out. Hickman says they have it, but no indication from the officials that the Cupies have recovered it. Ball would have stayed. That'd be. Hickman's still celebrating that they got the football.
I guess they're talking about whether Brown was down or not, or if they saw a clear recovery.
Now the officials will talk this over. It is Hickman football.
Oh, my goodness.
The defensive stand. So the Spartans fumble it away in the red zone. That was where? At about the 2-yard line, 3-yard line?
I think it may have even been at the 1 or just as he was approaching the 1-yard line. Of course, tough to see if it was punched out, but nevertheless, a great stand by the Hickman defense after getting gashed by another Chris Brown long run. But now 2-score games still. They make a stand, and the offense has a chance if they can put a long drive together.
Officials timeout.
Cut it to 1 score.
Water break.
We'll see if we can run down who recovered that fumble. We'll be back with more of this 4th quarter in a moment.
Jim Butler CDJR is bringing you the showdown you've been waiting for. Jeep versus Ram. Will it be a Jeep thing that takes you to the top? Or will you be grabbing life by the horns? Jeep versus Ram. Only Jim Butler gives you the new selection, the savings, and the buying power to choose your side once and for all. Don't miss a second of the action in Lynn, Centralia, or at cdjrpowerhouse.com during Jeep Adventure Days.
Randall was working a triathlon and he was hit by a car. He died 6 months later. Harper, Evans, Wade, and Nettermeyer can just alleviate so much stress. I could email them, call them, and they responded immediately and were always available. They're so good about building a relationship with you. They're the team that's working so hard and you're so grateful for them.
Columbia Public Schools are on a mission, a never-ending quest to be the best school district in the state, and they're well on the way. With the help and support of their generous marketing partners, CPS has contributed over $1.8 million to Missouri State High School Activities Association programs. So how has it paid off? Nearly 40% of the student body in secondary school participate in athletics and activities, and you can be part of the mission too. Visit these websites today for all the details on how you can help CPS and get involved today.
First and 10 for the Hickman Cupies, working from their own 2-yard line. Pass goes incomplete from a Holiday, intended for McNeil. Almost intercepted. And now Hickman looking at a 2nd and 10 at their own 2. Holiday hands it off, and Collins trying to circle to the right, gets some running room. Out across the 5 to about the 8-yard line. Kenyon Collins with a very important gain. 8 minutes to play in this game, Micah. It is their time for Hickman to rally.
Yeah, and they're going to have to work relatively quickly, although still about 8 minutes left.
Now a misfire, and this is going to be 5 yards backwards.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
If there's any spot of the field you don't want a penalty like that, it's deep in your own territory.
3rd and a long 9. Battle's licking their chops.
Correction, we're half the distance to the goal.
Well, the Cupies will gain a yard out of that. So it brings it out to about the 4-yard line. High snap, Holiday has it under control. He's throwing it deep, it's incomplete, and that'll be pass interference. Intended for Lucas Murray, and he got tangled up as Deontay Nelson was there with coverage. And the Cupies got bailed out.
They did. I think that's Bursey back out there, though.
Is it Bursey?
Yeah, 19.
Yep, you're right.
And he has such a strong arm, but Murray
he gets it out fast.
Yeah, Murray really baited that penalty, though. Smart play, quite honestly.
I think they're calling it holding.
He drew a hold.
Well, that'll still be enough for a 1st down.
It still should be 10 yards.
Yeah, I'm trying to find Bursey right now. That guy's he's only 5'9".
On the defense, 10-yard penalty makes it a 1st down.
Costly penalty on the flip side for Battle. 12th of the game. 112 yards in penalties.
1st and 10 for the Cupies, working from about the 15. And boy, another 5 yards backwards procedure. That was Cooper Brashears, I believe.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. Still 1st down.
Yeah, Braden Bursey at the controls. Bursey flushed out of the pocket, and down he goes. A loss on the play. That pocket collapsed. He panicked, and down he went.
Yeah, it's so tough when the pocket collapses like that, and try to keep the play alive and give your receivers time, but really nothing Bursey could do there but fall forward.
Looks like Hickman's going to
Timeout.
use it.
Hickman.
They're going to use a timeout. 7:16 to play. Battle leads Hickman 19-6. We'll be back after this.
On the go, stay in the know with the ABC 17 News app. It's your first alert to breaking news, weather, and traffic impacts. Instant access to live video on the scene with updates in real time.
I'm gonna go ahead and step out of frame so you guys can see what we're seeing right now.
So no matter where you are, you'll always know the big stories happening right now.
Download the ABC 17 News app from the App Store or Google Play today. ABC 17 News. Get the app, get the alert.
Battle 19, Columbia Hickman 6. 7:16 left to play here in the fourth quarter. The Spartans have the lead with time ticking away. Micah, you feel like it's pretty commanding?
I do. I think this Battle defense has kind of played bend but don't break, or really bend but force turnovers, quite honestly, as 3 interceptions has been huge for them. But Hickman being deep in their own territory, I think if you're Battle, you don't really need to play over aggressive. You can just play your normal defense here.
Cupie's trying to pull the Spartans offside. It's second down and about 18. Bursey takes the snap, looks right. Now he's going to swing it out to Kemp in the far flat. It's incomplete. Good coverage on the play. Was that Nichols that was defending? I think so.
I think it was, yep. Darian Nichols, 33. Mismatched with the taller Brock Camp, who really I thought could have made that catch.
He never got his hands up to get the ball.
I think it hit him maybe about in the numbers. It was a little pump and go, it looked like. But now 3rd and 18, and
it's a big play. This is probably the football game here.
Yeah, I agree.
Bursey takes the snap, rolling to his left. Wants to throw, looking now for a block, and he'll swing it. It's caught underneath. And with the catch is Finn Henkin. But I think he's very much shy of the first down as he hauled it in about the 20. Now, if you're Hickman, you think about going for it here with 6:50?
You know, they may not have a choice. Even though the defense came away with the stop last time out, at this point in the game.
4th down conversions, they're hitting 67%.
Yeah, I agree with going for this one.
Bursey has it, throws in a flat. It's caught by Henkin, and he's got first down yardage. And the Cupies keep the football and the drive alive with 6:27 to play, and their hopes alive. That was huge.
It was. Great job by Bursey, just reading the defense, reading the soft coverage, picking up the first.
The freshman signal caller trying to guide his club down the field. Takes the snap and gives to Collins. Collins, nowhere to run. So he was cut down on the edge. And a good job of pursuing to the ball by the Spartan defense. Next week, we'll be at Hickman High School for the first time this year. They'll host the Smith Cotton Tigers, who were trailing the Jeff City Jays at the half, 27-14. Smith Cotton was winless going into tonight. Jeff City has just one win. Got an interesting stat for you, Michael. I'm going to throw it out there when we get a moment. Is Bursey looking at 2nd and 12, fires this one, and it's tipped in the air by McNeil and goes incomplete, I think, or was it? It was picked out of there by Bryce Drew, and they're giving him the interception, but then he stepped out of bounds. He stepped out of bounds after it was picked, and Hickman turns it over for the 4th time.
And really a microcosm of this game was that play there. Bursey with a high throw and tipped up in the air, intercepted to set up Battle inside the Hickman 30. And it's tough because you convert the 4th down, a gutsy play call, really, even though you really may not have had a choice, you get the positive play going after being deep in your own territory. But, I mean, that's the ball game there, turning it over.
5:37 to play. But all these fine teams that compete in the CMAC, what do you think the CMAC's record is combined by these schools since the conference has come together? Here's the handoff to Marshall, and he has nowhere to go. All-time CMAC football standings. Elias coming into the night 19-1. This is against the conference teams. But the all-time record 112 and 119, under 500.
Surprising.
That's since the start of the CMAC, which was 2000, right?
Or 2020.
Yeah, 2020. Back to throw. Fernandez flushed out of the pocket, breaks a tackle, held up and finally brought down, maybe a gain of a couple. Yeah, first year of the CMAC was 2020, which was COVID year. But think about that. And we're talking about Elias, Rockbridge, Jefferson City, Columbia Hickman, Battle. A losing record when you combine all the teams' outcomes.
And that includes the Elias State Championship team in 2020.
That's right.
And I think it just goes to show that the bottom of the conference, in terms of that win-loss record, is outweighing the top of the conference.
Well, really, I think there's a lot more parity than you realize, though, when you start looking at wins and losses. This pass over the middle is caught by Jackman. Jackman gets to the 15. Jackman down to about the 8-yard line. What a catch and a run by Jackman for 24 yards. But you look at teams like Jefferson City and Hickman and even Rockbridge has had some down years. Even though the last couple they've been much better. But you'd never think that a league with those teams in it would be under 500. And Elias.
Yeah.
That's absolutely
certainly
crazy.
A surprising stat for sure.
First and goal to go for the Battle Spartans. They're going to make it now 9-0 against Columbia Hickman. As they're about to put the nails in the coffin. Handoff. No, keeping it is Alex Fernandez. And down he goes. Nice open field stop there made by the Hickman safety, Brady Wilburn. 3:25 to play in the game. And Battle with a 19-6 lead. This is one of the tighter matchups between these two over the years as well.
Yeah, and if there's anything positive to take away if you're Hickman, it's your defense keeping you in the game, really.
Yes,
the whole game.
And no, because they've given up some big plays.
Right. But, I mean, you look at the margin of games.
They have.
You still have the poor tackling and poor fundamentals, but really, all things considered, a lot better than in previous years.
Fernandez again on the keeper, rolls right, wants to throw, and it goes incomplete. And now penalty marker goes down. This might be a late hit. They got to Alex Jack, to the quarterback Fernandez, and hit him late. Threw him out of bounds.
I think that's an indication of some frustration.
Yes. Yeah, and boy, doing that in front of the Battle bench. Matt Herman's going to get his first win as the head coach of the Battle Spartans. How about that? Yeah. Against his former school, former team he played for.
And it's really come full circle for him as he was on the first coaching staff here at Battle when they first opened. He was offensive coordinator too.
And didn't Justin Conyers start his, wasn't he a Hickman Cupie at one time?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. And of course Conyers
Personal
mentored
foul
Herman.
On the defense, half the distance to the goal, second down.
Conyers has elevated that Hallsville program. Second and goal to go from about the 8. And Fernandez will keep up the, no, direct snap. Guess who? Chris Brown.
Only fitting. The guy with 200-plus rushing yards punches it in.
8-yard run for Chris Brown. 25-0 battle. As Chris Brown took the direct snap and ran it through. Boy, what a difference he's made in that backfield.
Oh, my goodness.
You take him out of that backfield for the Spartans or out of the offensive set, and what do you got?
Yeah, 10 carries, 215 yards for Brown, 2 touchdowns. And everyone else has 52 yards combined, which has really just been Keon Marshall and Alex Fernandez.
Then Congoro's extra point attempt is good. And it's 26-6. Battle in control, and I mentioned that this game was closer in comparison when it comes to scores. Maybe not so much anymore.
Yeah, just the turnovers pile up, and your defense can only hold so long, or really they got lucky with the fumble deep in your own territory. Otherwise, it could be even uglier. But looking at Chris Brown having 4 runs, or I think, let's see, had a 59-yard run, 81-yard run, and 63-yard run. 3 runs of 59-plus as a result of poor tackling. So really it came down to those 3 long runs hurting the Hickman defense on the scoreboard for sure. And it's poor tackling, as we've talked about.
And you do see improvement in the Hickman defense, but with that being said, it's 26-6.
Right.
Well, this is the KZOU Game of the Week, and thanks to our director, Cooper Bryant, chief engineer, Eric Jones, who's doing double duty tonight as well, as he's filled in for John Hook. Also thanks to general manager Curtis Barnes and district athletic director David Egan, director of marketing Sheila Kozler, and CPS Career Center Joe Whitman. The kickoff goes out of bounds, and Hickman will get it at the 35-yard line. Also thanks to Sammy Simons for hosting us here, not only tonight, but last week as well at Battle High School. And thanks to the entire crew, including our
illegal
cameramen.
Ball will be placed at the 35.
Our camera personnel, Mason Graham, Eliza Collier, and Jacob Athen. Takes the Army to get it done.
Yes, it does. And great job by the crew tonight.
I hope you've enjoyed it. And with 2:40 to play, see if Hickman can't find a way to muster some offense. Who do they go with at the quarterback spot? Do they bring the freshman back? It looks like it.
There he is. And it was just a tough night for Holiday with 3 interceptions. Could have had maybe a couple more with some reckless throws.
Well,
but then again, they came on tip passes.
3 of the 4 interceptions were all on tip passes. This swing pass is caught in a flat. And a gain of 1 yard with that catch is Alfredo Zappian. That's his first catch of the night. Gain of 2. Give him 2 on the reception. As Braden Bursey drops back to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. That'll be a holding penalty. As Jaden Woods got beat on the corner and tackled Michael Pointer. .205 to play. Cupies are accumulating their share of penalties as well.
Yeah, this is their 9th of the game. The Battle on the other side has 13. It's 22 combined penalties. And
holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot.
You know,
Second down.
Bryce Drew has played a good game defensively for the Spartans as well tonight. Him and Jaden Donnelly. Crew back to throw Bursey. Going deep. And what a catch by Lucas Murray. He went over to the defender and hauled it in. As Murray made a terrific catch. Nicely thrown by Bursey, a gain of 30 yards. 1st and 10 for the Cupies in battle territory. Lucas Murray, a senior, and boy, that was a fantastic catch.
And a great throw by the young freshman.
Mercy flushed out. He'll now throw at the line of scrimmage. Got it away. He's got a receiver inside the 5. It's caught far sideline. And was that Bryce Kemp hauling it in? Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
Kemp with another reception. And the Cupies have it at the 3. 1:42 to play. And now dropping down is Michael Pointer. He's got a cramp as he went to the ground after the play. I say it's a cramp. Matt Herman makes his way out to check on him. Well, next week, the Battle Spartans will step out of the league and take on Compton Mount Carmel out of Kansas. I'm not sure where that game's played, but it's not at home. The Hickman Cupies will be at home to take on Smith Cotton. And I'd venture to say both the Cupies and the Tigers will be looking for their first win of the year. We'll be at Alumni Stadium, Bob Lamone Field next week. Week number 5. Can Hickman punch another one in? They've been averaging 18 points a game as Bursey takes a low snap. He just throws it up for Kemp, who goes over to the defender and makes the touchdown catch. Brock Kemp just went over the top of the corner and took it away from him. As the freshman completes the touchdown pass to Brock Kemp. Was that it? 5 yards?
Yeah, 4, I think, spotted at the 4. Great play off a bad snap by Bursey to get that ball catchable. As now he's picked off.
On a 2-point conversion. So it's a 26-12 football game with 1:27 to play.
Camp with that catch in the previous one is now at 7 for 103 and a touchdown.
That is his 4th touchdown catch of the year for Brock Kemp. So the Cupies march it down and punch it in. But it's going to be too little too late with 1:27 to play.
And it makes it frustrating looking back at when they didn't finish drives with the game close. As you say, well, why couldn't we have done this earlier in the game? And quite possibly could have been a different outcome, or definitely a close game here at the end. But nevertheless, you get reps from this offense and confidence for your young freshman who could be man in the offense next week.
Well, and that's the question that comes to mind. Where do you go from here if you're Cedric Alvis? I mean, Holiday's the type of athlete that could play about anywhere on the field.
And we've seen in his great escapability. I think he'd make a great receiver, this tall frame. Maybe not.
At 6'4", you have him on one side and Kemp on the other.
Maybe he doesn't have the breakaway speed, but he can be a little deceptive on the outside. So now he'd look for an onside kick here.
And Shuttlesworth's got it teed up. And he does onside it. And the Spartans covered at the 39-yard line. That ball wouldn't come up for him. It was covered up, though, by Devin Harris. So the Spartans get it at the 39, and they're looking to milk out the clock.
And Hickman with 2 timeouts. There's a chance they get it back with just little time left, but another tough one for the Cupies.
Yeah, you just think about it. 7-0 at the end of the quarter, 13-0 at the half, 19-0 after 3, 19-6 with 11:56 to play in the game. But then it was Chris Brown. He got free, making it 26-6. Cupies just punched one in, but with 4:27 to play. rather 1:27 to play here in the fourth. It appears to be all she wrote. As the clock unwinds, and the Spartans look content, and so do the Cupies, as they appear to have capitulated. I am looking forward to the game next week, though, Micah. How about you?
Yeah, absolutely. And it'll be what we think is between two winless teams. Still did not get an update on the Smith Cotton game, but they were trailing to Jeff City. So that one will be similar to this one where something's got to give. And
you know, the thing is, you're going to look at the final stats, and they're not going to be that much of a differential from one team to the other. But those turnovers and failing to produce in the red zone early in the game for the Hickman Cupies. As the ball was spotted, I think they got to snap it one more time.
yeah, they called a timeout, I think.
And Matt, well, they got one of the assistant coaches
Timeout.
here on the near sideline.
Hickman.
Cupies did call a timeout.
Got
with 39 seconds to play. I think they got Matt. Matt Herman, who graduated from Hickman in 2015.
Got to feel good to be at his former school, to get his first career win. Although sloppy performance from his team, a lot of penalties, and had the turnover as they were about to score from the one. But other than that, just you got to look at the performance of Chris Brown carrying this offense.
You know, and you saw the pieces starting to be put in the proper spots last week in that game with Elias, where they started making some moves and created some big play opportunities for him. And Chris Brown, of course, the big guy that they've gone to. The other one that they've kind of leaned on a little bit there is Elijah Jackman, the senior. And they've used him as a tight end and as a blocking back. Not so much tonight, but he kind of started paving that way last week as well.
Yeah, and oddly enough, they used Brown a lot in the Wildcat, which we saw hurt battle as it resulted in the fumble, but that kind of just gave them a sense of his ability as a rusher.
But the Battle Spartans will make it 9-0 against the Hickman Cupies, as Hickman will spend their final timeout.
Hickman, their last of the game.
Cedric Alvis says, if you want this one, you're going to have to earn it. And in a game where the Cupies took the opening drive, marched it down to the 10-yard line, and then denied by the Battle defense. Next trip down, the Cupies throw an interception in the end zone after giving up a score. And the Cupies have never been able to overcome those shortcomings. But they're going to fall to 0-4 on the year. Battle will improve to 1-3. Battle will pick up a conference victory and get back to the 500 mark in their career in our history in the CMAC. And the Cupies problems will continue. Hickman, the Class 6 competitor, and Battle, the Class 5. Both teams, though, looking at different districts. Battle's got a district that's not going to be easy at all in their future. Camdenton now in that district, along with Elias and Capital City. The Spartans will punt. They get it off. Holt gets it away. And the Cupies won't return as McNeil sidesteps it. And Hickman will get the football at the 27-yard line with 22 seconds to play. When you look at that Battle district, Elias, Capital City, Camdenton, North Point, Washington, and Rolla along with Battle. That's a different look. District 5. And Hickman's district for the first time ever, you know, Class 6 with not 8 team districts. They went to 8 districts, and there's just 5 teams in that Hickman district. As that's a different look with Francis Howell Central, Rockbridge, Troy Buchanan, Fort Zumwalt West, and Hickman. And the Cupies, the only winless team in that district going into tonight's play. And this snap back to Bursey. He throws it in a flat where it's caught for a gain by Zappian. And with 17 seconds to play, Eric Jones is going to draw overtime tonight.
And this
Our
really
chief engineer and producer.
And this is while the game's already decided, you just want to get more reps for this young offense and your young quarterback.
Bursey takes the snap, 15 seconds to play. Throws the pass, it's caught, far sideline. Nice catch on that sideline again by Zappian. And Cupies have another first down. They're going down swinging.
Now they score here, and then a couple ticks left. Kick an onside kick, maybe.
Hey, you never know.
Never know.
Never know, do you? It's the throw, and under pressure, fires in the flat. And that catch, I believe, was made by Finn Henkins. And he stepped out of bounds, stopping the clock with 7 seconds to play. It'll be second down and 1. 7 seconds left. But thanks to the entire crew, 26-12 is the score. This could be the final play of the night. And that goes incomplete. 2 seconds. We get one more shot.
One more.
Why not shoot it for the end zone, right?
Yeah. Get your best mini Hail Mary.
Don't throw in a whole decade of Hail Marys here. Let's get something going. 3rd and 1. Trips to the left. Battle with about 5 safeties back there. Bursey now steps forward, will air it long, intended for Kemp, and it's incomplete. I think they ruled that he was out of bounds. It goes incomplete, and that'll do it. That'll wrap it up. After the Battle Spartans took a 7-0 lead, they led 19-0 at the half. They get a couple touchdown runs by Chris Brown, a couple touchdown catches by Jaden Donnelly, and the Spartans prevail again as they beat Hickman 26-12. For the entire gang, I'm Tex Little. Good night from Battle High School.
Thanks for watching ABC 17 SportsZone Football Friday High School Game of the Week, presented by Harper, Evans, Wade, and Nedemeyer, and made possible through a partnership between the networks of Mid-Missouri, CPS Athletics, the Columbia Area Career Center, and these fine sponsors.